Hello and welcome to Giffen Park, Cooperoo for the 2010 QAFL Grand Final. Matt Ridley, Darren Jackson and Paul Grentel here in the commentary box. What a wonderful game we've got for you here today. Morningside versus Labrador. Welcome gentlemen and welcome everybody along. Umpire Mackenzie has that ball in hand. Strap yourselves in folks and come along for the ride. 2 hours of AFL football and we'll crown our premiership winner. So there's the siren, Morningside to the right, Labrador to the left of screen, and a good bounce gets us underway. Noble got the tap down towards Alloway, who came off his line strong. Howard had it and lost it, loose footy. Goff, and a little kick came from Curtis Allen, and there's the first free kick. Morningside with Holman. Fed a handball to Bonnie, and Bonnie is being pinged for holding the ball. So another turnover. And it will be Wartover in the middle to go forward. So a little bit happening off the ball as well, as the kick from Wartover was a good one. And we'll have a shot on goal for the Tigers. A handball from Allen to Stockdale to try and catch them napping. He has caught them napping, minor score. I'm tipping Labrador by 7 points. Paul Grentel in special comments. Paul?
I'm tipping Labrador by 13 points. And just early, some key matchups. We've got Notting with the Morningside player there, Rogers, sorry about that. So that'll be a key matchup, and also Shattuck looks like he's got Muggerman.
So the ball came into the outer side. Labrador in attack, Patterson shrugged the tackle, kicked towards the pocket, Notting. Good work there by Rogers. Boundary line close, Tomlinson wants the line, this will be interesting. Umpire says boundary throw, and welcome to Jacko.
Yes, thanks very much, Riddler. G'day, Paul. Great to be here. Beautiful conditions here at Giffen Park. And the ball comes in now for the throw, and Everett up against Goff. Over the top, third man was Alloway, took it out of the rug. Handball to no one. Shelton came in and went for the grubber. He wants the line. He might get it there in front of that Powerade fence sign, and he will. So, fiercely contested ball over there. Labrador's forward 50.
Good conditions for footy, Paul.
Fantastic conditions for footy, and it just looks like Patterson going head-to-head with Shelton again, which should be a fantastic matchup.
Free kick to Morningside. Bonnie was held too high. Umpire Mackenzie finding that before the throw-in. Aby on a long lead. A long way from home, though. A studded approach from centre wing, goes towards half-forward. Noble drops back. Muggerman came out on the lead, but we've got the loose footy over there near the bar. Play on the call, good work by Wrigley. Stacks on the mill, it comes out now. Patterson will get there first, a little fumbly effort. Not much support, so he has to go backwards. Clark, and now they'll swing it to this side. Stockdale will get it to Sasuve.
Sasuve now, handball, it's a dangerous handball. He wanted Clark. Austin Lucy was there to create the stoppage and out of bounds there. We'll have a throw in deep in attack for Morningside.
Fantastic pressure there by Austin Lucy. He really reads the game well. He gets up on his opponent, and that's going to be the key. The small forwards around the Morningside area closing down on Labrador.
Noble slapped it down to Tomlinson and then a Rootsy, and then a hurried handball from Shelton. Clark might give it back to Shelton. Shane Howard over the top. Sasuve now, tackled by Holman. Shelton in over the footy again. Sasuve's still there, of course, and the umpire will have to blow his whistle now, and he says holding the ball, so the kick will go to Holman. Holman now centering the ball. Poor checking. This is Kimball.
Aby's deep.
Kimball heads for the teeth of goal. It's just going to the right. Aby on the lead. Couldn't quite pull that in. Slapped by Shattuck. Great defensive work by the captain, the Labrador captain. And we'll have another throw in 10 metres around from the point post.
Yeah, it's actually, Stockdale's actually got Muggerman, which means Shattuck has got Aby, and just worried about the height there. Aby with a clear height difference.
Throw in, deep and attack the Panthers. They trail by a point. Labrador lead by that margin. Umpire will come in now and he says, I'll have it. 3.5 gone, first quarter. The QAFL Powerade Grand Final. A few whistles out there. I thought there might have been a free kick, but umpire Ryan will spread the digits. Gets us back underway. Noble does the ruck work. Now there could be a free kick here. There is. And it'll go to the Tigers here to Shattuck.
Shattuck with the ball now. Holman was the tackler. Now he switches over to Stockdale. He's had quite a few early touches of the footy. Grayson tried to go with the flight, couldn't quite do so. 4 was there as well. Rogers now with an opportunity. Picks the ball up and heads for home. Great work by the big defender. 2-on-1 situation. Muggerman was the target, but Stockdale stood his ground, took a terrific mark.
Yeah, one thing Morningside's got to be careful of is being a bit too Muggerman focused. They need to use other forwards around the ground as well.
Well, they went to the far side, they went to Howard, and then to Grayson. And now kick up towards the wing. There's a free kick will go to Morningside to Nick Tomlinson, playing his 151st game. In fact, we'll go to Alistair Nash. Gives it back to Tomlinson. Now Rootsy in the centre of Giffen Park has time to get his balance and head for home. Noble got shoved out. That was by Tomlinson, and it was Jake Tomlinson.
What were your thoughts, Paul?
I thought that was just good use of the body, to tell you the truth. I thought Noble was a bit disappointing in that area then.
And Noble kicks up towards half forward. Rogers. Price fumbled what he should have taken. Alloway to Clark. Clark on turn. Couldn't get it on to Wrigley. Now it's Big Spider Everett. Got bundled over. Toddy Featherstone runs out. Head over the footy. This is Kimball. Taps it out to the advantage of Shelton. In turn to Rogers and then on to Bonnie.
So Bonnie from half back towards half forward. Aby. Gee, Shattuck did well there, but Aby kept his feet. He's got a couple to beat. Little dinky handball didn't go far. Patterson's handball was chopped off. It's kept in play, funny enough, and Tomlinson hacked the kick towards the pocket. It bounces back towards Noble. Look out! Muggerman did well. Dispossessed there for the Panthers. It was 4. And here goes Tomlinson again. He's been busy. Kick towards Lucy. Yes! So Lucy's got it. And he'll play on here, Paul. And he'll kick towards full forward. Rootsy marks. Rootsy goals. And the Panthers kick the first of the day. Mark Rootsy has it on the board.
Yeah, Jake Tomlinson, he's been fantastic, I think, over the last month. He's really played some good footy, and he's one of those players who's got to play well each week to hold his spot. And is that Kinch coming on the ground now?
It is indeed, Paul, yes.
The former Grogan medalist, and also the big news is Dave Lillico brought into the side, the former state captain, so we'll wait and see when they bring him in.
6.5 gone, first quarter, folks. Morningside have the first goal of the match. 1 straight 6 plays, the Tigers 1 behind. 5 points the margin. Matt Ridley, Paul Grentel, and the voice of Queensland football, Darren Jackson.
Thank you very much, Riddler. Out of the middle again. Labrador with an opportunity here. Curtis Allen couldn't quite get what he wanted away, a clean possession. Now Shelton will. He's got a bit of time to size up his options, and he heads towards Jacob Goff, but getting back there, Shane Howard, cutting the ball off nicely then. He comes to the wing, chopped off by 4. Now Bonnie will send him deep into attack here, Bonnie. Ken Aby should take this nearly uncontested. Good work by Shattuck in the end to try to get back there to make the contest. Aby now on quite an acute angle.
Uncharacteristic there by Howard to make the turnover there. They're just not doing little things at the moment, Labrador. They're not getting off the mark, all those sorts of things, and perhaps just having the one game this month. Morningside's definitely started better for mine.
7.5 minutes in, first term of this grand final. Ken Aby taking a fair bit of time in front of the scoreboard, which tells us that the Tigers have got 1 point, the Panthers have got 1 goal, and we'll add another point to the Panthers' score. So 1-1 plays 1 point. 8 minutes in to this first term in the 2010 grand final.
Yeah, Labrador just look like they're just a bit unsure of themselves at the moment, but they'll work their way into it. Blokes like Howard and Featherstone, once they get their hands on the footy, off they go.
So Stockdale found Howard, in turn now to Shattuck, who swings it out wider to Sasuve. Got a little bit of work to do. Got a little handball back to Shattuck, who slipped over at the crucial stage, but then he got up. Good work there by Tomlinson. So Shattuck got it to Wrigley, who bounced off Rogers, ran his full quota, kicked towards full forward, 1-on-1, the big fella, it's a push. Noble took the mark, but he gave the push.
Yeah, he definitely was there. Price is going to be a bit worried about the match up there with height, so they'll expose that.
So the short kick to Kinch. We've been going 8.5 minutes, folks. 1-1 plays 1 behind. Morningside by 6 points. The kick towards Aby. Everett did well. Aby then roved his own footy. And Bell's got a little bit of room here. Archers are back. Elects to kick along the line. Lucy overrun it. Mills will get back there. Tomlinson went to ground. And the umpire said he got a high one.
Well, you're spot on earlier, Paul. You talked about this young man, Tomlinson. He is proving to be a real pest down there for Labrador. He's been terrific early on. The short kick came in for Upton. Well spoiled there.
He's just a good defensive forward, Tomlinson. He works hard, he's back and forth, he helps out so that blokes like the Brown brothers can get on the end of it, and Muggerman and Kay. So he's important to Morningside today.
Up they go and do the do-say-do, the big fellas. That was Everett's ball there, slapped down. No, the ball's not coming out of there, so the one on the end of that, Tony Lester on the end of that one for the Labrador Tigers. Have another bounce down, umpire Ryan to get us underway. 10 minutes into the first term. Beautiful bounce, umpire. Everett uncontested. Sasuve, one-hander to Clark. Onto the boot it goes. Rogers will get there first. The bounce could make it difficult for him. Nick Tomlinson got the cannon, didn't he, there? The ricochet cannon. Bang, bang, you're over. On your head, Nick. But he gets up and take his kick.
It's definitely fast and furious out there. Both sides are showing their physical prowess out there early, and both sides have got some good experienced players in there.
So forward to Tomlinson, and then they wanted it. The bell wasn't a great option. Alloway tackled without the footy. That'll be his free kick, no doubt about that. So Clint Alloway will take the ball. Curtis Allen gets it back for him. So on centre wing, Clint Alloway. Away they go. Oh, the 50 wanted the free kick there. Not happening. Good work by Holman on hands and knees. Nick Tomlinson's been released. Curtis Allen right on his hammer. We'll have a throw in. 60 metres around from the Labrador goal.
Looks like Lillicay getting himself ready to come on, so I'm sure he'd be chomping at the bit to get out there.
11 minutes gone, first quarter. Paul Grentel, Darren Jackson and Matt Ridley here. Courtesy of Dean Davis Productions, folks. 1-1-7 to 1 behind. It's the Panthers by 6 points. And Tomlinson from half-back reloads. A long kick. And could be out of bounds on the full. We'll have a throw-in, off hands. Very close to the line.
I thought Shattuck was pretty lucky there. I thought he just got straight in the back of Lucy there, so he'd be fired up as he's in the grand final today.
Boundary throw-in. Everett was unopposed in the ruck. Holman read it well, and then, well, he was ridden in the back, but he definitely had prior opportunity, that's for sure. Maybe one of those 50-50s as Holman. Oh no, his kick isn't the best, and Everett took an uncontested mark, and then he's away, the big spider, and kicked the long ball to Clark. Now if they can raffle it. Clark or Howard. Howard marks, goes to full forward. Here they come. Alloway couldn't mark, neither could Nash. Kinch had the run of it, but lost it. Lester did well just to get it out of there. Oh, Rogers, the Rock of Gibraltar, got a handball, and here goes 4.
Kinch now has a bounce, the former Grogan medalist, on the left boot. Not a good option. It's been chopped off here by Mark Riley for the Labrador Tigers. Riley with the white boots. Heads up the wing. Looking for, it was Alloway the target. Couldn't quite pick it up there now. Running away with it, Brown. Has a bounce. Lester comes at him. Upton links up nicely. Awkward looking kick. Inside 50 though. Shelton on the outside of the boot, tried to bend it back in, and he's got Austin Lucy. Very clever kick.
Yeah, he's superb at losing his player in the Austin Lucy. He does all the hard work to get up in defence, and he loses on the rebound. And good work there by Morningside, but I've been pretty impressed with the way Peter Everett started the game too. He's running around really well. It's his first grand final, I think, since the under-9s in Mornington Peninsula, I hear.
And my sources tell me that Spider thinks they're going to win by 10 goals today, so I don't know if there's any truth.
It's touched off the boot, boys.
Touched off the boot. So we'll have the kick in from Stockdale. We'll bring it back in for us. We've been playing 13 and a half minutes. First term of this grand final. Far side of the ground now, Riley. Looking here for Mills. He's got him. Wrigley it might be. It is. I get him mixed up a bit, Wrigley. He's gone to him now. So now we've got Mills. So Mills it is. Brings it to this side. Thank you, boys. Linking up with Doyle. The fishmonger comes to the commentary box. We've got Shattuck here. And he's all on his own, Shattuck. Why would that be? Not a good kick. Picked up here by Goff. Goes to Rogers, to Kinch. And they're in trouble here. Spider slaps it back. Good work by him. Lawler there as well. Kick off the ground by Upton. It's sloppy play. This is Noble. Turn on a 10-cent bit there, and then he got it on the boot, but marked by Rogers.
So Rogers, handball to the pocket. Bell, little dinky handball. He wants the boundary line, and he'll get it. And the umpire says, we'll have a throw in. Big crowd out there, Paul. We're expecting 3,500 to 4,000 here today.
Yeah, that's the traditional area of the QAFL players over on the mid-strength tent there. So they'll get nice and loud and vocal out there. It'll be great to see.
Midway through this first quarter, the Panthers 1-2-8. The Tigers are yet to kick a major, and the Panthers again go forward. Bell's kick, not the best. This is Sasuve with a bit of room to move from 65. A deep kick. It'll reach the goal line. There's a push out. There's a push out here. Oh, it'll go to Morningside. So in the last line of defence, it'll be Rogers for the Panthers.
Yeah, against Vigus there, Riddler.
So the short kick to Lawler. 15.5 gone first quarter. Margin is 7 points now. There could be a turnover in the pocket. Featherstone, Notting got a handball back. This is Vigus. Got rid of the tackler and then kicked it towards full forward. Everett!
Yeah, they've done that every time, Labrador. They're happy to kick long to the top of the square. They've obviously identified they're going to be a bit taller than the Morningside defence down there. And Everett, for mine, he's running around like a 20-year-old. He's been fantastic and just shows you it doesn't matter what level of footy you play. It's grand finals are grand finals.
Everett kicks the goal and bridges the margin back to 1 point. Spiders played 12 games this season for a return of 17 goals, so averages 1.2 goals a game, and he's got the first for the Tigers. 1-1-7 plays 1-2-8. I think you're right, Paul, Jacko. They are going long with the deep, and they're going very tall, aren't they?
Just hitting the traditional tops, the hot spot at the top of the square there, and also you've got players like Vigus who'll get to the front squares, and Notting, Alloway, the mid-sized forwards as well, they will chip in, so it's a dangerous forward line, Labradors.
16.5 minutes in, umpire McKenzie spreads his fingers across the Sharon. Thumps it into the turf, and there's a whistle here, an infringement on the square. It will go against...
It was against Bath.
Against Bath, so Morningside will get the kick. Goff gave it to Kinch, so Kinch gets the free kick out here on the wing. Now he's told to play on. Oh, another whistle down further. It'll go to Kent Aby for holding on against Shattuck.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was Shattuck just holding on there, and that's a good call there by Benny.
Umpire Benny Ryan, also umpires Mackenzie and Cronk. Congratulations to the men in orange for being selected for the big game today, and good luck to those, to the umpire as well, of course. Important role for them today. This is Aby. Noble stands the mark, the big man, the big left foot of Kent Aby. Looks like he's got it nicely. Will it get the distance? I think it has. That's a goal to Kent Aby at the 17.5 minute mark of this first term 2010 grand final. And the Tigers 1-1, Panthers 2-2.
And that'll be fantastic for Kent's confidence. He's very much a confidence player. If he's up and about and kicks his goals early, he can be dangerous. And Willie K just coming off after about 6 minutes, I think he ran around for out there.
18 minutes gone, first quarter. 2010 QAFL grand final. Tigers 1-1-7. The Panthers are 2-2-14. Back in underway in the middle. Noble had some good purchase on that. Wartova wanted the free kick and then somehow got it out, and Leicester won the footy. Goes to the pocket. Notting was infringed. Rogers did well. He wants the boundary line and he'll get it now. Good work there by Rogers to find the line.
It was that handball of Wartova's, and it was similar to Darren Jackson back in the early 90s.
Thanks very much, Paul. You've got a good memory. Waiting for the ball to come in now. 48 metres around from the Labrador goal. Spider and Goff. There they go. Big punch from Goff there, back towards the boundary line. So we'll have another throw in. They'll have to reset themselves here, the boys.
Yeah, Shattuck and Ken Aby just having a chat there, and you know, with the new rules now, the umpires are watching it. Cronky's got his eye on it. That's actually off the play. That's a kick there and then.
Noble having a chat with Aby as well. He's certainly got his work cut out. Upton went straight at it and knocked over Curtis Allen, and Curtis Allen got back up on his feet. He's a tough nut. Like the way he goes about it. Umpire McKenzie says, give it to me, gentlemen. We're 50 metres out from the Labrador goal. Spider sets himself to do battle with Goff once more.
The Morningside midfield rotations too is massive. You've got blokes like Ryan Holman and David Lillico and Shelton rotating through the bench. It's a luxury for them.
Now they go after it again. Put his head down over the ball. This is Possum nodding on the right boot.
Yeah, fantastic work there by Notting. He's a dangerous player around the goals, and he has been an absolute superstar at QAFL level, and it's fantastic to see the ex-Lions guys coming back and playing state league footy, and it lifts the profile and it gets people to the ground. It's great work, Notting.
Played all games bar 2 for the season for the Tigers. 55 goals to his name through 17 games. He's got his first for the day, and the Tigers, well, it's pretty much goal for goal here, folks. 2-1 to 2-2. The margin is 1 point. We've been going 20 and a half minutes in. We're into time on, first quarter. We've got a classic. Don't go anywhere. Back underway. Good work, umpire Cronk. Give that one to Goff over the top. Patterson on hands and knees. The ball not coming out of there. Umpire says, I'll have it. Bit of a breeze, Paul. Do you think it's a 1-goal breeze? Or?
Yeah, I think it is. It traditionally goes towards the old Cooperoo clubhouse end, but Jacob Goff's rucked the whole quarter so far.
Nodding. Bath. Good work there by Holman. One of the players to watch today. That looks like Grayson. He's kicked towards the pocket. Nodding's got a little some meterage here. Kept his feet. Did well. Got a handball back. Now this is Grayson again. Todd Grayson. The fend off. The short kick. Play on. Alloway came out like a Bondi tram from 55. He'll go long. He'll go deep. And they'll fly for it. Everett! 1 hand, 2 hands, and it's through for a point. We're all tied up. 2-2, 14 each of 2.
Again, just happy to go to the top of the square. So the ruckman and the midfielders of Morningside have got to get back and help their defenders out there.
Nick Tomlinson to bring it back in for us. Short kick.
Nice kick.
Got Upton, and Kinch runs for him. On the left boot, he goes to the wing. And picked up by Shattuck, fumbled there. Now an opportunity for Lucy. Swings the handball into Upton. Upton in turn into Goff. Handballing everywhere here. Bonnie looking for Alistair Nash. He'll get there first, Alistair Nash. Alloway on his hammer, and it's all Tigers now. Good work by Alloway. Toddy Featherstone, the number 7, lines him up and heads for home. Guess who's there? Jared Price. The price is right. He got the better of Big Spider Everett on that occasion.
So from the back pocket, 21 and a half gone, first quarter. Goff got it to Lawler. Gets onto that favoured left boot. Nice kick. Finds Kimball. Got some room in the middle here, the Panthers. Upton. His kick wasn't the best. Lucy on the bounce. Then he slipped over and heard a voice. It's a Shelton. The old one too. As Lucy goes towards half forward. But poor disposal. Clark will bring it out wider and find Curtis Allen.
Allen now with the football on the point of the square, half back. Puts it up for Alloway. Russell D. Alloway couldn't quite take it. Slapped away by Rogers. Now on the ground they go. This is Wrigley. Couldn't quite get it out of there. 4. Likewise wrestled to the ground by Curtis Allen. Allen has another go. Holman. He's in and under. Ridden into the ground. That'll be a free kick. He was ridden into the ground. The Labrador supporters not happy. Shane Howard gets up in disgust. Kinch plays on with the footy and gives it to Nash. Nash. Booming kick. Noble sits underneath it. 4. Went back with the flight. Did the best he could, the little fella, but he gave away a free kick.
We just see both ruckman and Jacob Goff got very deep down there in that defence, and also Noble for Labrador deep into Labrador's defence.
Defensive side of halfway for the Tigers. Vigus a long kick. Notting couldn't quite mark. Rogers at the back. To Kinch. Now to Lawler. That'll be a free kick and advantage. Kimball. Nash is on in the middle, but Lawler goes longer. Rootsy or Brown? It's Brown. He overruns it, and the Tigers will get back in numbers. Bath. And Wrigley, is it, teaming up there? And eventually I think we might have a whistle. We do. It wasn't Wrigley in that passage of play.
Oh, no,
it's
Jack Stanley. The knife.
Yeah, you can just see Morningside trying to bring the ball through the middle of the ground, and that's the best way to attack it, Cooper.
24 gone, first quarter. Stockdale overruns it. Clark likewise. Patterson, handball, a hospital one of that. And the boundary line goes, and we'll have a throw in. 2-2-14, both sides, all locked up. And ladies and gentlemen, 24 and a half gone first quarter.
Big Tom Hickey's gone into the ruck here as well.
Good. Our first look at Tommy Hickey up against Noble. The young fella. Will be interesting to see how he goes. Takes a big run up at it. Slaps it towards goal. Wrigley will get there first. Stockdale picks the ball up off the ground. Then Shelton had a go. Got it out though, only as far as Clark. Bonnie on his hammer. Bundling the ball out over the ground. Over the boundary line was 4. In front of that Powerade scoreboard, which tells us it's all locked up here. We've got the close one, ladies and gentlemen, 2-2 apiece.
So Stockdale coming off. Patterson coming off. And,
not good.
No, it's not good. He's been running with Shelton and done a good job so far too.
Rootsy to Nash. If he can straighten up, this could be a major. No, and it's an up and under. Doesn't come down with a bit of snow on it. They went at it, Stockdale and Aby. Umpire Cronk's going to give the free kick to... looks like Shane Howard's going to pick it up. No, Stockdale. He didn't like the way that Ken Aby ran at him in the contest there.
So from the back pocket, the Tigers. This time is Wrigley. And he goes towards the centre wing. Good mark! Rusty Alloway gets up and he's away and he gets around Brown. Kicks it towards half forward. Doyle! Yes! Doyle takes the mark. There's nobody in the goal square apart from Big Spider and Jared Price. Featherstone from 45. He's got it! It's a goal! Tigers are in front. 3-2, 20 to 2-2-14. Featherstone has his first. And to sum it up, Paul Grantel.
Yeah, fantastic work there by Labrador just to create the loose man. Featherstone to come through and finish off the good work. And that's the key to grand finals, isn't it? You've got to kick your goals. So great work, Toddy Featherstone.
One of only 6 players to play all games this season, 19 games. Toddy Featherstone, 15 goals. He loves the goal, the little rover. And a former Grogan medalist to boot. Can he put a premiership medal to that today?
Back in the middle of the ground now. Tommy Hickey trying to slap it backwards. Kinch came in off the line. Now Hickey got it back. Well done by the big man. Sends him to centre half forward. Aby. Muggerman comes from behind. Good work by Clark. He got it to the knife. Stanley and now Stockdale.
Yeah, good kick.
Switch of play. Riddler liked it. This is Dustin Mills to Noble. The big man covering plenty of ground. Shelton stands the mark. Noble. That's not a good kick by him. Lillico with a bit of work to do. Stacks on the mill. Play on now's the call. This is Brown. Running away with the footy. Running freely through the middle of Giffen Park. Heads for home. It's all Tigers. It's Shattuck.
So the captain swings it out wide. Mills. Oh, Noble had to go, but he got a free kick instead. Hickey all over him like a Moreton Bay bug. So Noble gave it to Everett. Goes towards full forward. Getting back there, and that could be 50. No, Tomlinson took a mark.
Both half-back lines have been fantastic. Doc Tomlinson's just marching the troops down there, and down the other end, Stockdale's been fantastic, and Shattuck across half-back for Labrador.
Well, Hickey wanted it on the far side, and he got it, but his kick wasn't great. And then Noble came in and put the head down, went through like a bulldozer. Toddy Featherstone said, give it to me, and he heads for home. And look who he's got. He's got the fishmonger out there on the half-forward flank. 50 metres from home, and he'll have a shot on goal here.
Not a bad pocket to kick from today.
Oh, especially with the 30 or 40 Labrador blokes over there as well, and he'll bring the house down if he kicks this one.
So Doyle with the football. 28 minutes gone this first term. The bell can't be too far away as Doyle comes in. Michael Doyle sends it on its way. We're waiting for the umpire's decision, and that is a minor score, so it must have been pretty close, boys. Tomlinson brings it in, doesn't mess around with it. This is Jared Price. Price comes to the wing, looking for Aby. Slapped it there, was only able to get the one hand on it. Out over the boundary line, we'll have a throw in on centre wing, right in front of this magnificent commentary box in which we sit, gentlemen.
He's worked pretty hard today, Ken Aby. He's led up the ground and all those sorts of things, so they need some support play for him.
28 and a half gone. Lillico yet to have an effective possession anyway. We'll get some stats at quarter time. Riley, good handball to Grayson, who's opened up a little bit and then he was legged. It'll come back to Grayson. So 2 kicks from goal. We're approaching quarter time. The Tigers by 7 points. Spider, short kick over the top. He's got Everett, who's marked right on 50. He fancies his chances here, Paul.
And you can hear the Labrador coaching staff, get it in there, get it in there. So it's definitely a game plan for them that they want to get it nice and along the top of the square.
Well, we've been going 29.5 minutes. Everett from 55 metres. The ball is on its way. It won't be a score. Oh, Alloway almost marked it. Vigus was front and centre. The umpire says I'll have it. 3-3-21 plays 2-2-14. The margin is 7 points. The Tigers lead by 7 points.
Russell Alloway is on fire today. And if he can get hold of one of those, he will absolutely lift the roof off this place. Up he goes in the ruck now against Hickey. He took it out of the ruck. Nearly he had a go at him too, but just smothered off the boot. So there's the siren, ladies and gentlemen, to win this first term of this Powerade QAFL Grand Final 2010. And if we check the scoreboard, the magnificent crowd in here today have enjoyed that first term. The Tigers, Labrador Tigers 3-3, the Morningside Panthers 2-2.
Welcome to the second quarter of the 2010 QAFL Grand Final. Labrador will kick to the right of screen, Morningside to the left. It's the Tigers that lead by 7 points, but it will be the Panthers that go forward early. Upton with a barrel towards the pocket, Muggerman going back, and the ball is actually out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in deep in the pocket. Matt Ridley, Darren Jackson and Paul Grantel here in the commentary box. Paul, it was a very fierce opening quarter. The Tigers holding sway by 7 points.
Yeah, it was a fantastic first quarter. Once the Tigers settled into it, they really hit their own. So I think this quarter's going to be another cracker too.
Everett up against Aby. Aby had a second go at it. Tomlinson wrestled the ball off Shattuck. Now it's tunnel ball down there. Muggerman involved there as well. Brown got it out to Aby. Tried to get it around the left boot, but well tackled by Lester. And there'll be a free kick going to that man. Lester will be rewarded for his good tackle there. So he hurries up with the footy there and gets it on to Shane Howard. And Shane Howard takes off. Not a good kick, a worm burner. Possum nodding, stretched but he couldn't grab it. Rogers to Upton, back to Rogers, right in the middle of the ground. Eluded the would-be tackler, gave it to Nash. Back to Rogers. This is Upton. Bonnie. Haven't seen much of Bonnie. Good looking kick here, but no one home. And that is a minor score. So 2-3 plays 3-3 here on the Powerade scoreboard.
Rogers has been fantastic coming through centre half back and uses the ball really well.
The kick came in towards Wartova. 55 from his own goal line. Short kick towards Trembath. That was a nice way to kick. A little bit stop-start coming out of the back line. Doyle leads for him now. He ignores that. And he elects to go long towards Alloway. Goff in the box seat. Good work there by Alloway. He was out of the contest, but he came in with a big fist and whacked it over the line.
Yeah, and just an injury update on Shane Patterson. They're still working on him down there, trying to get him right. And he's integral for the midfield of Labrador.
2.5 gone. Second quarter. Everett and Goff. Good work there by Everett. Where's his little whippersnappers? One of those is Trembath. Lester had it as well. Now the Tigers with the footy. It'll be Grayson. Runs his full measure and then kicks towards half forward. Alloway. Bit unlucky not to get the mark. And there's Bonnie, who was quiet in that first quarter. Worked it towards Tomlinson. Trembath got there first. Good work by Kinch. And now Wrigley's handball was cut off. Lucy, a little bit of a tap and go. And we might get the ball out. It does eventually come out. Kinch. And he's ridden into the ground. Umpire says, I'll have it. It's all mine.
Yeah, you mentioned Damien Bonnie has been quiet. Curtis Allen doing a fantastic job on shutting him down. Bonnie, but this quarter is starting to get a few touches. So Curtis got to keep the concentration up this quarter on Bonnie.
Yes, you can't keep a good man down. The umpire Mackenzie gets us underway. Gives that one to Goff. This is Lester. Kinch.
A little bit happening off the ball. Umpire Cronk's come in here, Jacko, and says that'll be a free kick to the Tigers against Upton for putting Leicester's head into the ground.
And Leicester now deep in defence for Labrador. Looks to go across the face, but Muggerman had Stockdale covered, so he elects to come up the line. Grayson with the big sit. Now Kimball, quick hands in order to Brown. Aby wants it and he'll go there. Should swallow this, Ken Aby. Great kick. So Ken Aby will go back directly in front. He'll kick from 45 metres. And the big booming left foot.
And really good work by Jacob Goff to get the extra numbers back, which allowed Price to attack the footy. And eventually they released young Brown and Brown's kick into AB was fantastic, and let's see if Kent can put it through.
So AB now, the big number 11, the big church as the Riddler calls him, the big Abbey, comes in. On its way, the celebration's there. They celebrated before it went through. Kent AB with a beautiful kick. How many's he got today, Riddler?
That's his second. Jacko kicked one at the 17-minute mark of the first quarter.
That really set him up, that initial kick in the first quarter. I think he's one of those players you can either go out and kick 9 points for you or 9 goals. Once his confidence is up, he's a great footballer.
The Powerade scoreboard tells us it's 3-3 apiece, and we've been playing 5 minutes into the second term.
Ball back in the middle. Everett will go up against Goff. That to Everett. Good work. Lester read it well. Got the Tigers forward. Notting just pushed out of it by Rogers. Here's trouble. Featherston's got it. He usually uses the ball pretty well. He gets it to the pocket. Doyle will keep it in. Pop it over the top. How will it bounce? Kindly. Got rid of the tackler, and then another one came in. And unfortunately, holding the footy. Advantage paid. Lawler will get it to Kimball. And now Kimball's off and they're away.
Bonnie now goes to the far wing. He's got Upton. Hasn't been bad, Upton, thus far, gentlemen. He's had plenty of it. Kimball again takes off it at the speedster. Has one bounce with the left hand. Look at that. Beautiful. He might have a third bounce. He's going to. Runs towards 50 metres. Kicks it with the right boot. And there's a whistle back here.
Yeah, I watched it, Jacko. It'll go against Alloway. A little bit too high. So there's a whistle and plays going on. This is interesting. This is interesting. It's a goal. It's goal to the Panthers. There was a free kick in the middle, but play went on as it was advantage. And the Panthers have got a goal there, Paul.
Yeah, and fantastic work by Mark Kimball. He just really put the afterburners on. I think the player in Alloway had a bit of a crack at Bell down there, and he cops a few, young Bell.
Yeah, Stinger Bell, good young player for the Panthers, and we're just waiting to get the stats on from the stat sheet. See who kicked that goal, Paul, because it all happened as we were looking at the middle of the ground. It all went ahead.
I think it was Sam 4, wasn't it?
4.
Yeah,
Sam 4, the goal kicker. Thanks very much.
We're all too busy. Well, I know I was looking in the middle, but the play went on, and it's a goal, and it's now the Panthers leading by 6 points.
Goff got that one down. Upton again. Kimball, that man Kimball. Another bounce. Goes with a dummy handball. Goes with the dummy bounce and nearly got caught. He did get caught.
The game's starting to step up, Paul.
It is. It's been nice and open and free-flowing, but Howard, that's the second time Kimball's just burnt him, but eventually kept working and made the tackle. But it's great to see a young player take the game on like that.
Yes, he's got some toe, hasn't he? As Mills races away with the footy. Goes towards the wing. Price will get there first. Got Clark to shrug off, and he does that well. Holman looking for Bonnie. They're going to try and link up again here. Austin Lucy eluded the tackler. Curtis to 4. Sam 4 centering the footy. Looking for Kimball. He's out of juice though. Running through them is the knife. Jack Stanley ripping through them, and he goes towards Possum Notting here at centre half forward.
Notting's got it. He sort of waits for his charges to drop forward. He's told to play on, and he kicks it long towards the pocket. A little bit of one-on-one wrestling going on. Doyle wanted the free kick. Brown comes in, and Bell will see it over the line and out of bounds.
And Rogers and Notting has been a fantastic contest so far. Both players have held their own, but I think Rogers early was on top of Notting. Watch Notting start to come into it late in the game.
8 minutes gone, second quarter. Darren Jackson, Paul Grentel and Matt Ridley here in commentary. Deep in attack for the Tigers. They trail by 6 points. Kimball working busy. Grayson probably giving away a free kick there.
Definitely.
It won't be 50 metres though. Free kick to Kimball. You thought that was there, Jacko?
Definitely. He's having a little purple patch here at the moment, Kimball.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's just seeing the game and he's going for it. It's great.
Kimball short kick to Goff. Goff's got it. Now Goff gives it over the top to Brown.
Brown it is, with plenty of time. You could have a cup of tea out there. Has one bounce. Goes inside 50. Over the back, Shattuck reads it well. Bounces though. Bounces through. Just when you thought it was safe. I thought Shattuck was going to swallow that, gentleman. Paul, how'd you see that?
Sammy Brown, a massive kick from about 60 out, and his brother Josh did the right thing and dived it through as we see Mark Kimball come off after his fantastic 2 or 3 minutes in the middle there.
The Panthers have kicked 3 goals to start this second quarter. We're 9 minutes in, and the Tigers are scoreless since quarter time. The Tigers 3-3, as you just saw there, 3-3-21, and the Panthers are 33, that should be, and the margin 12 points.
So Noble against Goff, and Bonnie did the roving, tried to spin out of trouble. Lester ran into his own man, Shane Howard, I thought. Anyway, umpire said he got a high one. So Lester now on the left boot, he goes inside 50, Notting, punched away from him. Mortova, good crumbs, has a bounce. Does he get the protection from Clark? He does. He heads for home, Mortova. Wasn't a good kick, off the ground. Vigas, you little milky.
And doesn't Vigas just see the opportunity, gets front and square, but Mortova is an excitement machine. He's paced, he just put the afterburners on, and he smoked all the Morningside players there. But again, I really like Vigas as a small forward. He sees his opportunities and he delivers.
So it's a terrific battle this. 4-3 plays 5-3 on the Powerade scoreboard. Hope you're enjoying this, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night footy, grand final action. Powerade QAFL second quarter. We're back in the middle of the ground now. Shelton gets it away. Good kick towards centre half forward. This is Aby. He'll get around on the left boot. No, not able to. Austin Lucy looking for Rootsy. Just keeps Wrigley at bay. Now Wrigley with an opportunity.
Did well.
He did very well. Hit to Dustin Mills, the 42 to the 43. Mills now kicks up towards the wing. Big Noble sets himself and takes a mark. Brown had no chance.
So Noble at half back, goes by foot towards Alloway. Did well there, Alloway, but it's over the line and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in, attacking side of halfway for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Trent Noble, I reckon it's been his best game so far this year. His work rate's been fantastic. His hands are on, and Tim and Everett keep getting the footy. Morningside could be in some strife.
11 gone, second quarter. The Panthers by 6 points. 3 goals to 1 in this second term. Goff did the roving and got the ball downfield.
Still in.
That's interesting. That one I thought.
Interesting.
The ball hit the line.
Yes.
Which means it's
Keep
still
going.
in play, and then the ball actually bounced more so back into the field of play than out of the field. But anyway, no arguments. Let's have the ball back in. We'll get back underway. Goff did well. He was out of the contest and he got there. Shattuck through some heavy traffic, and now we'll do it all over again here, Paul.
And aren't the big guns, the Shaddocks, Nottings, Nobles, Everetts, those blokes are really starting to come into the game, and that's what you need. They've got the grand final experience at AFL level, so hopefully the rest of the Labrador boys can feed off them.
So we'll watch them do it again here. Goff and Noble. Noble got that one down easy. That was Brown to Shelton. Shelton on the quick boot. Mills, terrific.
Courageous.
Mills running with the flight. Had no idea what was coming towards him. This is Stockdale. Grayson the target. Sam Brown read it well. He got the call, but not a good kick, and Stockdale will have an opportunity just to set this up again from defence.
So from the back pocket, 13 gone, second quarter. Panthers by 6 points. Keep an eye on that Labrador forward line from you, Paul. Get an update as to how they're structured down there. Now Goff's claiming the mark, and then he elects to play on and handball it towards Kinch, who wasn't really ready for it. And Bath wanted the free kick, and it's all trapped up in there. One-on-one stuff. Umpire says, I'll have it.
Yeah, they look like they got all their half forwards playing traditionally across the half forward line and just trying to isolate Peter Everett down deep for the Labrador.
So Noble got that one down to, that was Riley. Lillico to Shelton, to Brown, going out to his brother. Sam Brown on its way. Josh Brown, the number 1 that was who kicked the goal. Terrific work by Morningside just to keep chipping away there, Paul.
Yeah, and Sammy Brown's been lively around the packs, actually. He's getting on the end of some good footy and he's using the ball well. And Josh Brown, he's similar to Ken Aby. He can either kick a bag of points or a bag of goals, and he looks like he's got his kicking boots on today.
Well, we talked about the work rate of Noble in the ruck. What about Jacob Goff? You can't count him out. Just a couple of great marks in this quarter, and he's just really lifted. 13 and a half minutes gone, second turn. 4-3 plays 6-3. The Panthers in front by 2 goals.
Ball back in the middle. Noble and Goff. Goff again getting that tap. Muggerman, little handball. Shelton works very hard at ground level. Bonnie overrunning it. Stacks on the mill out there. The ball spews out though. Leicester. Sell the dumbing, then did well, and got it to Clark here, who bends the back and runs his full measure, kicks towards half forward. In the box seat, Rogers. Tigers did well to get a fist on it. Lawler, they all team up in the back pocket. That was good work. In tight spaces. Rogers to Kinch. And Kinch is on. Holman goes to him. So to Lucy. He goes to Lucy. Nice mark. Good footy. Lucy in the middle. He's got 4 to Lillico. Lillico over the top. They just regroup and they settle things down for the big finale here as Price goes short. Rootsy, he's got some room here from 55. Rootsy, it's on its way. It's long. It's a goal. Oh, no, it's a point. Oh. I almost lift the lid off it.
I think it's off. It's officially off the lid. Just calm down, Riddler. Have a Beck's a cup of tea and a good lie down. Goodness me, you're excited. I know it's grand final day. We'll get back on with the action here, ladies and gentlemen.
Margin now 13 points.
15 minutes into the second term. We're waiting for the ball to come back in. Wrigley will do the duties. Good looking kick. Riley sits underneath it, and away they go, the Tigers. Good work marked by Notting in front of Rogers. Just not sure what to do with it. He goes wide. Spider Everett, not a bad target. He hasn't let him down, a big Spider. He's right on the boundary line.
And Labradors looked really dangerous when they brought the footy through the middle of the ground, and just gives you every part of the ground to go to when you do go deep.
Spider backs himself here, the big left foot, in front of the big crowd, in front of the clubhouse. Winds up with the left. Ball on its way. Beautiful looking kick. Noble got one hand to it. And Jake Tomlinson saw it through for a behind, so a minor score there.
Good to see Patterson back on the ground too after he came off with an injury in the first quarter, so he's important for their midfield.
Tomlinson with the duties to kick out. Goes to the pocket. He's got Price out there. 16 and a half minutes gone, second quarter. Tigers are 4-4-28. The Panthers 6-4-40. Margin is 12 points. Tomlinson now, who wanted Goff. He urged Goff to come forward, and Goffin just didn't. He waited for the ball, and good work there by Alloway and Noble to corral the ball to the boundary line.
Yeah, the Labrador defence there, their small forwards are getting out and putting a lot of pressure on Morningside.
Ball comes in, Noble. Only as far as Lillico, who whacks it on the boot. Stanley's got to go. He did go. Good work there, Jack Stanley, who uses Stockdale, the go-to man in the back line. To Mills. Back to Stockdale. Lifts the eyes and then off a step, gets it to half forward. Howard! Great mark, Jason Howard, who handballs it to Wrigley, who's got a big foot on him. He goes long, he goes direct. Yes, Spider! Everett is marked in the pocket. He's a left footer, he might run around. I'll keep an eye on it.
And it's working for him, isn't it? Just that nice long kick deep in the forward line. I'm sure Morningside's aware of it, but there's one thing to be aware of it, the other thing's you've got to combat it.
So Everett comes in, and he's kicked the goal. He's got his second of the match, and we're back to 6 points. What a game!
What a mark from Shane Howard, boys. He's listed in the record. Jason Howard, I should say. Shane Howard used to lead man from Goanna. Solid rock. Well, Jason Howard was solid as a rock there. 174 centimetres he's listed as, gentlemen. He jumped up just almost up into the clouds then.
18 minutes gone, second quarter. The Tigers are 5-4-34. Panthers 6-4-40. Margin 6 points. Matt Ridley, Paul Grentel, and the voice of Queensland football, Darren Jackson.
Thank you very much. We'll get back into the middle of the ground here now. Umpire Cronk spreads his digits across the ball, and oh, that's a beautiful bounce. So give that one to Noble. He stood his ground, just tapped it down. Now Trembath, smothered by Shelton. Clever by Nugget Shelton. Got it to Brown. Brown and Muggervan. Muggervan just dipped the head and said, oh no, looks like I've got a bit of work here. Get after it, Muggsy. They can't all be delivered to your chest. Lace up, I know that's what you'd like.
And Stockdale's been fantastic on Muggervan today, and Muggsy's actually pushed himself up across half forward, just trying to find the footy.
Hickey in front of Noble. Noble read it well and had to get on hands and knees and slap it forward. Sasuve, Doyle. Duet by Bonnie to Upton. He had a free run at the goals. He didn't steady, and that is a minor score. could have straightened up and really had a crack at him there, boys, I feel.
Yeah, just probably one issue that Tyson Upton does have. He's not one of the greatest kicks running around, but he's certainly found the footy so far today.
19 minutes gone, second quarter. Margin now 7 points as Stockdale brings it to the broadcast side. Noble the target. Good work there by Bonnie just to get in his road. Lucy wanted the free kick. Hickey did well. Good work there by Riley to release Featherstone. And Featherstone towards Alloway. He's got some work to do. He's got 2 to beat. And Nash sees it over the line. Out of bounds in game number 50 for Alistair Nash today.
And Damien Bonnie looks really out of sorts at the moment. Perhaps just run him off a half-back, just try to get him into the game, but he's fumbling, which is uncharacteristic of Damien.
We're now into time on in the second quarter. 5-4 plays 6-5. The Panthers by 7 points. There's a whistle. Free kick. Free kick here to
No, you can't do
the
that.
Panthers. Jacko, you can't do that.
Well, he played on. Nugget, he just had a go, Nugget. You can't blame him, but the umpire, Benny Ryan, he's to wake up to those tricks. He said, no, come back and give it to Bonnie.
Okay, so Bonnie's actually got to go over and get his own footy in front of the Labrador faithful.
Was they not throwing it back to him? No, right, okay.
So Bonnie will come back now. He's got to get back on his mark. Margin 7 points. So where does he look? He lifts the eyes. AB leads for him, but he goes short to Bell. They'll have to double back all the half forwards and go again. Lucy goes for him now. He goes in that direction, and the kick, good one from Bell, but it is off hands, in fact. It's off hands, and we'll have a throw-in.
It was the right thing to do, but Tom Bell just needed to pick out a target, because if he did blaze away, Noble got in front of the half forward, so it would have come back with interest. 21 minutes gone, second quarter. Boundary throw-in, Wrigley. He wants it back to the line. So 5-4, 34 plays 6-5, 41. The Panthers by 7 points. Both sides are just going hell for leather at the moment. They're running through the middle of the ground. It's nice free-flowing footy, and that's what you want to see in a grand final.
Ball comes in now. Noble and Hickey. Nash came over the top as well. Dashed up. This is Wrigley. Toddy Featherstone, it's an up and under. Barely bigger 15 metres required. Curtis Allen had an air shot at that one. Bonnie's in there, nearly had his head ripped off Bonnie. They come from all directions, it's play on. Curtis Allen, Brown, the kick away to centre forward. Muggsy will have a good look at this. Will he grab it too? He hit the ground running, can he get the ball away? Austin Lucy was screaming for it. Kimball will pick it up. He'll kick it long, Kimball. Just drifted to the left-hand side. And you'd have to think an opportunity gone begging there for the Panthers.
Yeah, Morningside had massive numbers running deep there and need to utilise their players a bit better then.
22 minutes gone, second quarter. Margin now 8 points. The Panthers lead. Stockdale told to play on and then tumbling torpedo. But it's hit its target, thankfully. Noble on his defensive 50. He's been busy. Noble, Everett, Alloway, all the big fellas. The tall timber. So Trembrath or Wrigley, and Wrigley dispossessed, and that's holding the football. Had prior opportunity. What do you think, Paul Grentel?
Yeah, good work. Wrigley just trying to take the game on. Poor kick by Notting. He really needed to hit his target coming out then.
So this will be Upton. He might have to go backwards here, Jacko. And he does that. He goes back to Rogers at halfback.
Rogers now. True centre half-back position.
Labrador are flooding this the left side of the screen.
Decides to go to the far side of the ground, so I'll have to get the bird watchers up for this gentleman. He's got Upton. Rootsy runs for him. Rootsy goes by foot to the pocket. Muggervan tripped over. Stockdale doing a good job on him though. Wearing him like a glove down there, Nick Stockdale, the young man.
You've got to admire Muggsy, but he's working hard, he's leading, he's presenting, but Stockdale's just, he doesn't let him get away, does he?
The big man in the ruck again. That was a stalemate, that one. Drake Tomlinson got it to Holman, to Kinch, and now Kimball. Is that a terrific quarter? Kimball, oh, good mark by Stockdale, that man that Paul Grentel talked about. Over the top of Muggervan. He'll keep battling away, the Muggsy, don't worry about that. This has got a long way to go in this game. Now Grayson on the boundary line, has one bounce, has two. Bounces with the right hand. And kicks with the right foot, up towards the wing. Out over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in right in front of this magnificent commentary box. Gentlemen.
Again, Stockdale's just controlling the air down there. He's nullifying every entry that Morningside goes in.
We've now been going 24 and a half minutes into this second quarter. 5-4, plays 6-6, the margin is 8 points. It's been 4 goals to 1 the Panthers' way in this second quarter. Now, Tomlinson, now that's interesting. So Tomlinson had the free kick and then he elected to take his own advantage. The umpire bringing it back. So Tomlinson to Kinch. Patterson looks as though he's coming off again. Paul, we might have to get an update.
I'll keep an eye on him, but he's not moving real well.
Shelton got it to Rogers. Rogers from a long way goes long. Goal of the day for Aaron Rogers. Look at him, they go to him. They loved it, they love that stuff. All the way from full-back. And he has kicked one of the goals of the day, and the margin now 14 points, Paul.
And you just see the Morningside back six. Don't you love it when a backman works hard and kicks a goal? They all got around Rogers, and that's the sort of thing that's going to inspire his teammates out there. Patterson's just getting a bit more work done on his back.
Yeah, so we're waiting for the recommencement of play here. Umpire Cronk spreads his fingers across the Tommy Sharon and thumps it into the turf here at Giffen Park, and up they go. Everett and Goff. I'll give that one to Goff. Kinch, littlest bloke, smallest bloke on the field, works hard, gets plenty of the footy. Coleman, not much taller than Kinch either. They link up the two little blokes. Lawler, the Mosquito Fleet just working overtime here for the Panthers. Toddy Featherstone, can he get the ball away? Can't. That should have been holding the footy. He got away with it. Howard now has a bounce. He's had a good season, Howard. He need to have a good day today. Looking for Everett. Plays on Everett on the left boot. All on his own. Alloway in the pocket with time. Can he straighten? Can he centre? Will he go for home? He decides to go for home, and that was a minor score, and Bell runs over and lets him know too, Bell. Look at that. Oh, I like the good arrogance from the young man. The price is right. Jared goes to Austin Lucy. Now this is Nugget Shelton. Has a bounce. Shows him a clean pair of heels and takes off. Kinch could be the target. No. This is Nick Tomlinson. Trying to push his man out the way. Oh, free kick here. Looks like it could be Tomlinson. It will be Jake Tomlinson. Was that there, Paul?
Yeah, I think it was there. Good work again by Jake Tomlinson. It also looks like Nick Tomlinson pushing down in the forward line too, just trying to work his man over a bit.
So Jake Tomlinson will have a shot. We are 26 and a half minutes into the second term. A couple of goals in front, Morningside. This will stretch it out to 3 if he can put this one through. He can't. Just pulled it to the near side. So a minor score. 5-5 plays 7-7. 2 goals to the difference. The Panthers holding sway. Approaching half-time. This grand final 2010, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying this. Darren Jackson, Paul Grentel, special comments today, and this man, Matthew Ridley.
Thank you very much. Tomlinson went through some heavy traffic and then kicked towards full forward. They've got to sit underneath it. Shelton was front and centre. A little bit of a knuckle towards Kimball. And now Lucy from the zone. Goes out wide to Rootsy. A little bit of work to do here, Mark. Rootsy through to AB. And Ken Aby has marked unopposed, so some poor checking from the Tigers inside their defensive 50.
Yeah, that's correct. They just let Aby sit there for a while, but fantastic vision by Rootsy and a real good finish to pick his target. And again, Kent would be lined up for his third, is that right?
That's right. 21 games this season, has not missed a beat. Played in every game possible. 48 goals to his name coming into today. And he notched up goal number 50 just moments ago. So he's coming in for his third. 28 gone. Second quarter takes a long time. I'm surprised the umpires allow that. From 40, comes in. He's got it. The Panthers on top.
And smart play there by Shelton. Just used the ball, knocked it over, and Ken Aby, when his kicking boots are on, he's fantastic, isn't he? And he's just being a worry down there for Labrador. They might have to look at a different matchup there. Perhaps get Stockdale out to him or Muggerman's off the ground.
Aby's got his second for the quarter and his third for the match. 29 minutes gone, second term. The Tigers are stuck. 5-5-35. The Panthers 8-7-55. Margin 20 points.
Back in the middle of the ground, Goff. Good thump by him. He's had a terrific quarter, Jacob Goff. This is Clark. Has a bounce. Decides he's got to get things moving here. Time ticking away, approaching half-time. Vigus slapped out over the boundary line by Nick Tomlinson. Last week, they had the big sign over there, didn't they, Ridley? Nick Tomlinson, 150 games. Congratulations to him. So it doesn't matter, though. If they can't win today, this is the most important prize today, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they all play for. The ball comes in. Noble. Good crumbs. Oh, good work here by the Tigers. Can they get something? There's Vigus. Was that a free kick? Caught with the footy. He might be caught holding the ball. Nash has got a shoulder problem. Keep an eye on that.
Massive shepherd there by Alloway coming through on Nash, and he looks like he's in a lot of strife. He's coming off, actually.
Yeah, hopefully they can get him right and get him back on. Alistair Nash is an important player. Tomlinson goes to the pocket. Price just does a little dance around Noble. Brown inboard to Upton. Oh, not a good kick. Turnover, no doubt. Shane Howard. Oh, great tackle by Upton. And that'll be rewarded, so great work.
Good support play, and that's what Morningside build their game on. They cover for each other really well. If there was a mistake, they work for each other to clear it up.
Upton now, 30 minutes gone. Upton. Not a good kick. So this is Shattuck. Just directing a bit of traffic. Need to move it quickly. He's got Mills. Mills goes long, inside 50. Noble the target. Can he grab it the second time? He can't. The price is right.
Oh, good work.
Hit the ground running. Got the crumbs and off he went. Picked up nicely by Shattuck. Can we deliver it a little bit better this time? Someone please. Curtis Allen. Off he goes, Curtis Allen. 51 metres from home. Who's going to grab the footy? Possum!
Great work to isolate the forward down there in Tim Notting, and one-on-one situation on Tim Notting. You don't want to be there.
Not much time left. 30 and a half minutes gone. Notting runs in, puts it over the... Well, into the net. Lucky that net's there, Riddle. That would have gone out and hit your car. So, Notting put a much-needed goal on the board before half-time. That's his first for the day. 6-5. 41 plays 8-7-55. And it's awaiting half-time here.
It's been fantastic by Labrador just to isolate their key forwards down deep, and again, Morningside midfielders, they've got to work back extra hard to try and help out.
They needed that one, the Tigers. The half-time siren cannot be far away. Labrador 6-5-41. The Panthers 8-7-55. Margin 14 points. Is there time for another late one here? Goff seems to think so. He whacks it on the boot. And as far as Shattuck, got the handball to Clark. Seconds are ticking away. Clark, tumbling ball to Alloway. Just a little bit of a push there. Play on the call. And here they go now. Tomlinson goes back towards Kimball or Bell. The ball bouncing the wrong way. That's Bonnie over the top, Kimball. A little bit of a turnover happening over here. Eventually the Tigers will get it forward. Can Noble mark? He cannot. And there it is. It's half time here, folks. 2010 QAFL Grand Final. We've got a humdinger as we go to the scoreboard to check that half-time scoreline. Tigers 6-5-41, the margin 14 points. The Panthers 8-7-55. Welcome along to the second half of the 2010 QAFL Grand Final. The start of the third quarter. Morningside to the right of screen, Labrador to the left. It's the Panthers by 14 points after a stellar second term, which saw them kick 6 goals to 3, and they lead by 14 points. But it's the Tigers who muscle their way forward early. Wrigley's kick towards full forward. Featherstone chopped it off, goes for home, and he has got it! They've drawn first blood in this third quarter, back to 8 points. To sum it up, Paul Grentel.
Yeah, good direct play by Labrador there, straight out of the middle, down to Everett deep, and it looks like Notting's actually pushed deep as well, probably to take Rogers away a bit, but Featherstone, he's Johnny on the spot and finished off with a great goal.
First goal for this third quarter, he's now got his second for the match. And Labrador have 7 on the board, as you see there. Labrador Tigers 7-5-47, trail by 8 points now. And the Panthers 8-7-55. Paul Grentel, Matt Ridley, and this man Darren Jackson in commentary.
Noble got the punch away. Rootsy with his head over the footy. Trailed on that occasion by Doyle. Now, getting it out of there was Shelton. AB gets there first. Shattuck right on his hammer. This is Holman. And free kick has been paid downfield. because AB got pushed in the back off the ball. So downfield relay kick there, Paul?
Yeah, Shattuck just fell AB after the play, and he's given away a couple of free kicks like that, and just a little bit of silly play there, but we'll see. I think it's Brown have a shot on goal here.
So Brown with a regulation kick from here, kicks from 48 metres, ball on its way, hit the post, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see there, courtesy of Dean Davis Productions. We are 2 minutes into this third term, the Premiership quarter, right here and now. So it all comes down to this, gentlemen. Stockdale will bring it in for us. So Nick Stockdale had a very good first term, shutting down Muggerman, the spearhead for the Panthers. Good mark taken on this occasion by Wrigley. Gets underway quickly, looking for Featherstone. He's running for him. Oh, the big shepherd came from, that was Alloway. He put a solid one on Nash earlier in the game as well. Holman now on the wing. And he goes to that man Brown, eludes the tackle, heads for home. Oh, AB, good mark.
Yeah, that long kick again. And
play on, and go.
Isn't his confidence up today, AB? Fantastic goal there to play on, but great kick by Brown. Put the top of the square, and AB did the rest of the work. That's his fourth?
That is his fourth for the day so far. Ken AB is on target to kick 6 today in the grand final. Wouldn't that be a wonderful result for him? He has worked very, very hard. Well rewarded for his efforts. Ben Ryan, the umpire, with the ball in his hands to get us started again. We've been playing 3 minutes this third term.
Margin now 15 points. 7-5, plays 9-8. 17 scoring shots to 12. So the Panthers well in control on the scoreboard at the moment. Holman, good roving to Rootsy. They go to full forward. Muggerman just running himself underneath it. Aby's free again. So too Tomlinson from the pocket, screws it around. Only as far as Sasuve. And the short kick. Oh, it's not a very good kick at all. He kicked it off one step.
Not good enough, really, in a kicking situation like that. But Ryan Holman's been very busy through the middle early this quarter for Morningside. And again, one of the Brown brothers getting involved in it.
This will be Josh Brown. And he'll come in from about 35 metres. Like Paul just said, a very poor kick out of the back line. You've got to have a little bit more urgency as Brown comes in, follows through with the kick, but he misses. Must have been a close one. That's now 9-9-63 to 7-5-47. Margin will be 16 points in favour of the Panthers.
It's been a problem for Morningside. The points they've kicked over the last 3 weeks, they miss their opportunities.
Yes, they do.
Now Sasuve in the pocket with an opportunity to make amends. That's a better looking kick this time.
Always long the second time.
Fair roost. So away they go now, the Tigers. Through Grayson. Bouncing ball. Oh, Rogers with his head over it. Couldn't quite gather. Coming out with it there, Wrigley. Featherstone. Kicks it towards goal. Everett with a run back at it now. Goff is there. Watova. It is a goal. To that man, Emmaus Watova has put one on the board.
And wasn't it great to see Everett and Goff there sprinting into the goal square, and Watova was about 60 metres behind him and overrun him.
He came from nowhere, didn't he, Watova? He came from the clouds. We were all watching the big ruckman go, toe to toe, and then he just flashed in there. Good on him.
I dare say Goffey and Spider wouldn't win the half-time sprint.
5.5 minutes into the third term. 8-5 plays 9-9 on the Powerade scoreboard.
Ball back in the middle. That's not a very good bounce at all. That'll come back. So get back to your lines, gentlemen.
First time that has happened today, Riddler. Umpires have been terrific today.
Margin 10 points. At quarter time it was the Tigers by 7, but then the Panthers led by 14 points at half time, and at the moment margin is 10, so there's not much in this game at all. The 2010 AFL Queensland Grand Final, or the QAFL Grand Final. Big crowd in, 3,500 to 4,000 here at Giffen Park. Now Goff sort of fell over there in his attempt in the ruck. Now Kinch ran into traffic. Oh, goodness me. Umpire says, I'll have it, Paul.
We were just saying earlier that Morningside's had a real problem with their straight goal kicking. They kicked 17 points last week in the prelim against Southport, so got to make the most of the opportunities today.
So there's a free kick here. Umpire Cronk has found a free kick. It will go to... I've got to bring the ball back, so it'll go to the Panthers. It'll be Shelton's free kick. The Tigers have made a move there at half-back as well. It looks like Stockdale's gone to Kent Avey now, running with him. Tomlinson to Rogers. His run off half-back has been sensational. Good kick to Kent Avey. Been one of their best, hasn't he? 4 goals already to date, and that's a nice kick to Brown. And Brown marks on a lead from 50.
It's a move they had to make. They need to shut down Kent Avey, but he's still working hard and getting up the ground. Shattuck's just got to watch Mugovan now if he's going to play on him.
And Lee came out from Lucy, but he ignored that, so Josh Browning kicked a goal in the second quarter. Can he add to that tally? The margin 10. Is it 16? No, it won't be, but will it be a score? It goes all the way, and it's tapped through for a point. Margin now 11 points, gentlemen, and we're 8 minutes into the third quarter.
So waiting Stockdale now, bring it in for us.
They've been using a lot of set plays with their kick-ins, and we saw it just before them, so interesting to see what they do here.
He goes to the far side, looking for Grayson. Terrific grab. Todd Grayson over the top of Brown.
Nice kick.
Good mark here taken by Wrigley. The redhead for the Tigers. Continues to hug the line. Well judged here by Rogers. Shattuck just sucked underneath that one. So Rogers, one of the best defenders in the competition this year, gives it out to Bell. Dinger Bell. Short kick picked up by Holman on the half volley. Slipped when he shouldn't have at the crucial moment. That allows Notting to pick it up. And there's going to be a free kick to Holman here.
What are your thoughts, Paul?
Yeah, really unlucky actually. Holman was very lucky to come out with the footy here, and he has been lively this quarter. It just slipped at a crucial stage.
So Alloway it was, who was unlucky in the tackle there. Rogers now. Dinger Bell. Bell with plenty of time, gives it a fair roost to centre half forward. Oh, good mark at the back by Stanley. The knife.
When you've got a small half forward line, you can't just blaze away like that.
Stockdale comes towards you. Grab that one, Riddler. Running with the flight there. The ball bouncing out over the boundary line in front of Upton. And we'll have a throw in just in front of this magnificent commentary box. Mark Riley involved there too for the Tigers. So Everett and Goff, they come in now. Goff takes the front spot, taps it down to Shelton. Oh, it's clever. Fed it out to Holman. But he's a little bit too clever. Sasuve now on the left boot. He's got Spider all on his own, just drifted forward from the contest there. Gets onto the left boot. Heads to the teeth of goal. Nodding the target. Couldn't quite grab it. Rogers was clever, off the ground. This is Todd Grayson. He might give it back to Big Noble if he can pick it up. Wautova there as well. Oh. Grayson turns him inside out, Grayson. Banana kick. No, a minor score. But he went the way we all thought he wasn't going to go.
Yeah, no, Alloway just standing at the top side area there on his own, so Grayson just needed to use the footy a bit better then.
The Panthers bring it in quickly, and Brown gets it over the top to Shelton, who's got some room. Vargas has to go at him and try and push him towards the boundary. He slows the stem and gets it back to Brown. Now Brown's been pinged for holding the footy, and they pay the advantage, so the Tigers could be away now. Grayson starting to inject himself into this match. Kicks it towards half forward, but it beat Goff. Alloway fed the handball to Wrigley. He comes back inboard, but you're not going to get around Lawler that easy. An umpire says, you had too long, son. And you've been pinged for holding the ball. 11 minutes in third quarter, margin 10 points.
Good decision there too, good consistency with the umpires, that's what we want to see.
So the Panthers are on the outer side, hugging the line. Goff, 8-6 plays 9-10. The Panthers by 10 points, so the ball in dispute here. Somebody get it out of there. Howard to Featherstone. Now Featherstone over the top to Grayson again. That's a nice looking kick, and he's got Lester at half forward.
Lester now gets on with things quickly. Noble. Oh, nearly a good mark by Price. It's
free kick. It's a free kick.
Ooh. Free kick to Notting. Yeah. How'd you see that, Paul?
I think Price just gave him a little nudge to work him under the footy, and yeah, it was very unlucky there. their price, but Rogers was in the box seat to take a mark, so probably unnecessary.
So umpire Mackenzie had a good look at that one. And he's awarded Tim Notting the free kick. So Possum comes in, kicks from 40, directly in front, and he has missed.
Oh, that's a big miss. That could be a big miss, Paul.
Yeah, they definitely had all the momentum then. That would have been the one to just get them on top a little bit, Labrador. They are surging, they've got to finish off.
So Shelton comes for a spell and Lillico comes on. At the 12-minute mark of his third term, we've got Lawler on the boundary line. No, it's Nick Tomlinson, my apologies. Big crowd over on that side of the ground. This is Holman. Geez, he's had a fair bit of it today, young Holman.
That's his 5th possession this quarter. He started off on fire in the 3rd quarter, Holman.
So now Mills just turns and steadies. And look at that, Holman again. Great work by him. He got caught with the footy though. Play-ons are called. Doyle fumbled. That turns Vigas. My apologies. Vigas turned inside out. Great tackle by Kimball. Not rewarded.
Ryan Holman just needed to show a bit more composure there. Fantastic grab, but he just needed to settle a little bit and use the footy coming out of the half-back line.
Up they go. Alloway, the big slap. He heard the call from Toddy Featherstone. Couldn't quite gather. Clark picks it up. Heads for home.
Yeah, he had to use Vigas there, screaming for it in the pocket. A little handball because Vigas had a 3 or 4 metres of room to move in.
It's almost going to see which team settles now, isn't it? Both teams are making some errors when they're under pressure, but just need to settle and use the ball a bit better.
Fairly dark here at Giffen Park too. The lights might have to come on for the last quarter. It's a poor kick by Lawler. Noble's been terrific, just organising things in this forward 50 for the Tigers, and he's making it very, very hard. They're making it very hard for the Panthers to clear it out of the defensive half of the ground. They need to make them pay. They need to make them pay here on the scoreboard. They are 1 goal 3 behind. We've been playing 14 minutes, approaching 14 minutes of this third term. Noble, beautiful kick on its way, as we can see, and it's hit the woodwork. So the Labrador faithful willing that one in, but not to be. So Nick Tomlinson will get us underway again.
Normally a good user of the footy too, Nick Tomlinson. He's had a great game today.
Tomlinson. Beautiful looking kick. Spider Everett's got the sit though. He takes it.
They've got the momentum here, Paul. They're just not hurting them on the scoreboard.
Got to put one through here.
Centering ball to Featherstone. Takes off quickly, as he usually does. Austin Lucy in pursuit. He's got it out to, looks like that man Mills, is it? Mills? Wrigley. Steve Wrigley it is. Thank you. Wrigley, it's getting a bit dark over there.
It is, isn't it?
The crowd enjoying it. Certainly enjoying it over in that pocket. Good crowd. We might get a bit of rain soon, gentlemen. That'll make it interesting. Ball on its way.
That's the one.
It's a good-looking kick.
Great kick there by Wrigley.
Steve Wrigley puts his first on the board for the day, and an important one for the Labrador Tigers in the context of this game.
And that's exactly what they had to do. They put all the pressure, they had the momentum, they need to finish him off, and now comes Morningside. Morningside's got a counter-punch here.
2 points the difference. 15 minutes gone. Lights are on, ladies and gentlemen, at Giffen Park. 2010 Grand Final. Umpire Matt Mackenzie in the middle of the ground. Ready to get us underway again. It'll be Goff up against Everett. Up they go and do the do-say-do. I'll give that one to Goff. It's good work by Upton. Didn't have much room to move. What about the eyes on the footy of Paul Shelton? Gets around onto the left boot. Inside 50 now. AB the target. Muggerman come across the front. Bonnie at the crumbs. But out over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. We're 15 metres around from the goal line.
They now tried Damien Body down as a small forward. They've run him off a wing. They've played him in the middle. They're just trying to get him into the game.
Margin just 2 points. 3 goals to 1 for Labrador in this third quarter. 9-8 plays 9-10. But Panthers still leading by 2 points. They're deep in attack here now, the Panthers. Can they muster up something? That's Sasuve on screen. He's all wrapped up. And we'll have a bounce down.
Massive numbers around the footy, so Morningside's just got to run a few blocks, a few decoys. Keep your eyes on Muggerman and Brown here.
Margin just 2 points, as I touched on there. It's getting quite intense. And they slap it forward, only as far as Shattuck though for the Tigers. His kick, a risky one. A very good kick indeed. Got Clark at half back. Look at them all scamper there, Paul. They all go, don't they?
Both teams, their work rate has been massive today. It's been fantastic.
Clark towards centre wing. Noble got into the front spot. Trembath got a little sneaky kick forward, but Lawler will chop it off, and he wants to transfer play. Upton has to work. Leicester was good. Now it'll be one-on-one race. Rogers will get there first in front of Notting. Archers are back, and then he was dispossessed. Notting will get there. Swoops in from 50 metres. Goes for home. He's got it! Brilliant football! Unbelievable stuff by Notting and the Tigers.
Yeah, and rarely do you see Rogers make an error in judgment, but he did there, and Tim Notting, sensational skills to finish off there, and didn't the beer booth go up as one?
Oh, didn't they ever?
He's got his third. Awesome stuff too by Tony Lester in that play.
Well, absolutely. Put it down to him, I would say.
Yeah,
what a great piece of work by Lester.
18 minutes gone, third quarter. The Tigers are now back in front. The Tigers 10-8-68. The Panthers 9-10-64.
Umpire Ryan bounces the ball. He'll get it back though. And he'll have another go at it, umpire Ben Ryan. He'll throw it up this time.
This is good footy.
Isn't it? Terrific stuff. Great grand final this. Noble, Vigus, Shelton wrapped up. Great tackle. Holman runs away with the footy. Spearing ball to Muggerman.
Yep.
And Muggerman's first mark for the day, and needs to finish off, but Warren Holman's quarter has been sensational this third quarter. He struggled a little bit in the prelim last week, ended up playing as a tagger, and that's got him back into the play a bit more, and seen him come off a rest, and should be. He's had 8 touches this quarter already.
Muggsy doesn't have it on the board yet, does he, Riddler? No, he does not. So taking plenty of time here, Muggsy. He wants to get one on the board, put them back in front. The Tigers in front by 4 points. Muggerman comes in directly in front. Good looking kick off the boot. No, it's just gone to the left-hand side.
Just looked like he checked it at the end there. He sort of pulled it a bit.
So, Stockdale doesn't mess around. Shane Howard at the back, big fly. Bonnie there to have a go on at ground level. Shane Howard trying to find Clark. He's got him, the speedster. Matty Clark on the left boot. Nice looking kick. Looking for Doyle. Panthers with the numbers. Oh, good work there by Wrigley. Price weaves out of trouble. Good work by Price to Kimball. Kimball, wide kick. Sasuve will get there first, and he does, and he marks the ball in front of the scoreboard.
In the back pocket. They lead by 3 points. Sasuve across the face of goal. Interesting. Muggerman flew, but couldn't quite get it. So Shattuck to Riley. We look forward. Trembath has led for him. He's got Trembath or Mills. Mills marks it. Again, we look forward. Alloway's got some room, and he leads now. He goes in that direction. The kick wasn't the best, but Alloway was good, and then he's off in front of Dingerbell. Alloway to the pocket, Notting at the back, not in this one. Oh, the Morningside defenders spoil each other, but the result is out of bounds. Not a bad result for the Panthers, but they trail here, folks. They now trail by 3 points. We've got a humdinger here, Paul Grentel.
Oh, we certainly do, and the crowd's just really starting to get involved. Now, and Labrador's opportunities about to open up here.
20 minutes gone, third quarter. And good tackle there by Shelton. No prior opportunity on that occasion. The ball spills out, but he comes in now and he gets it. Do you think the way the Panthers have finished off their last 2 games, is that a concern? Are they stopping already?
Oh, I don't think it's a physical issue at all, but it definitely has been there the last couple of weeks.
So they just got a few back here, Labrador. A few loose men across the centre, setting up this wall.
And that's where all their plays come from. They've set up really well across half-back, and Wrigley and Shattuck and those sort of players who use the ball really well as well.
Boundary throw in, 21 gone, third quarter. Tigers in attack, but Shelton hacks it out. Good work here by Grayson, and he won the footy. Couldn't quite get a clean possession out. Good to see Nash back on the ground, but the Tigers go forward again. Curtis Allen deep. Notting 1, 2 bites. No mark. But then he mops up and fed the handball over the top. Waltova goes in and he kicks a goal. Yes, it is a goal. And the Tigers now by 9 points.
Timmy Notting, fantastic follow-up there, wasn't he? He refused to lose the contest, and we see the player come in and finish off with a fantastic goal. They do it the tough way, the PNG boys, don't they?
That's his second for the quarter, Paul.
I think it's over at Churchy High School somewhere.
That is. Knocked a koala out of the gum through that one. On its way through. But yeah, what about the strength of Notting? Just terrific, wasn't he? He stood up off the ground and he braced himself, and they all fell off him.
22 gone, third quarter. Tigers in control now. One would think 11-8-74 to the Panthers, 9-11-65.
Oh, the umpires are bringing it back and bouncing it again. Nerves all around here.
It's been a good move to take Notting down to the goal square. He's really worried initially Rogers, and Rogers just trying to get himself back up to centre-half back.
Back in the middle was Lillico, gave it to Shelton, kicked it on the outside of the right boot. Oh, coming out nicely there, Shattuck. Terrific poise and balance. And he releases Dustin Mills, and Mills goes up towards the wing. This is Elliot Bath. Takes a good grab, Bath. They want him to move it quickly. Noble in the middle of the ground, wanted it. He goes inside 50. Rogers sits underneath this one. Free kick to him.
Yeah, free kick or mark.
Definitely there, wasn't it?
And you can see Rogers now has moved himself off Notting just so he can chop out and use his footy brain and cut off legs.
Rogers gave it to Price and now to Shelton, and Shelton will go over to Bell. Bell in the pocket. He'll stand off him a little bit. Trembath goes to him now. This is Kimball. Watova is a little bit slow in moving onto him. Upton. Outnumbered. Great pick up by Tomlinson. That's Jake Tomlinson. Muggervan out in front of his man. Brown. Good work to Upton. Lillico stands and delivers. Good kick. He's got Rootsy.
Good composure there, David Lillico, and that's why they brought him back into the team this week. He's a big game player. He's played a lot of state footy. He's played SANFL and showed the composure and used the ball well.
So 23 minutes gone in the third term. Rootsy using up plenty of time. The kick from 50 metres directly in front. He's already got one on the board. Let's see what he can do here. The lights are on. The ball's on its way. That'll fall short. Big pack of players. Muggervan at the 4. Suve comes through. Beautiful pick up by him. He races away with the ball and he goes to the wing. It's like he's got Wrigley. It'll be a free kick to that man, Wrigley. Play on now.
This is on.
This is Featherstone. Oh, chopped off by Rogers.
So Rogers for the Panthers on centre wing. Looks up. Sees Rootsy. Rootsy handball to Lucy. Rogers kept running. The handball missed him, but he goes back again. Little dinky one back to Lucy. Rootsy. Upton. To Bonnie. Short one. Kimball's got it. Marked inside 50. And he should have a shot here, Paul.
Definitely make the distance here, Kimball. He's a fantastic kicker of the footy. And good work by Damien Bonnie just to use the ball well. Both sides just keep coming at each other, don't they? Neither side's definitely not laying down.
The Tigers have kicked 5 goals to 1 in this third quarter. They lead by 9. If Kimball kicks truly, it's back to 3. In he comes, the ball's on its way, and he just misses. Gee, they've just missed it on a couple of occasions. They've now kicked 1 goal, 5 in this quarter. The Panthers missed opportunities as the Tigers bring it in to the outer side. Stanley couldn't mark. Grayson gets there first. And he kicks along the line. Good work there by Lucy. Straight over the line, out of bounds. We've got a throw in, folks. We're 25 gone, third quarter. The Tigers 11-8-74. The Panthers 9-12-66. Paul Grentel, Matt Ridley and Darren Jackson here in commentary.
Centre wing position, the far side of the ground. The Jacarandas are in bloom over there. Beautiful. Picturesque here at Giffen. Up they go. Vigus went up in the ruck. Now this is Howard. Got it to Trembath. Trembath just does a little do-say-do around his man there. Effective. Alloway in front of Bell. Alloway plays on quickly. This is Doyle, the fishmonger. Kicks it up into the lights. Touched, comes down. Touched off the boot. Play on. Curtis Allen. Got a bit of protection, and now he picks it up and he straightens up. Curtis Allen, don't tell me. A minor score.
Yeah, good work there by Labrador, keeping the footy alive, but again, they've got to finish off their work too. Oh, they've turned it over here.
Yeah, poor kick from Price. It was a shocker. And coming through, taking the mark was Trembath. Scott Trembath will have a shot on goal. Poor mistakes.
He doesn't do a lot of the kick-ins, Price. Normally it's Tomlinson that takes the kick-ins, and see on that occasion he turned the footy over.
He's yet to kick one today. Scotty Trembath has played all 19 games this season for the Tigers. His most important kick yet for this season. It's on its way. It's straight. Has it got the journey? It has. It has. Trembath with a goal. Yes. And the Tigers now out to 15 points.
And there's a massive supporter base here for Labrador. They've come out in their droves and they're going berserk. It's their first QAFL Grand Final. They should be excited. It's a great build-up. The club that was in strife a few years ago, they've just built themselves up nicely to be a powerhouse now.
6 goals to 1 for the Tigers in this third quarter, and they've skipped away to a 15-point lead. Tigers 12-9-81, the Panthers 9-12-66.
Umpire Cronk throws it up this time. Everett punches it forward. Off the line, Todd Grayson. Bonnie took the ball from Stolen in, caught in a beautiful tackle by Curtis Allen. Howard tippy-toed around his man, then gave it a thumping ride. Bell couldn't quite grab it. Price has a go at it. Slapped it forward to Rogers. Rogers again.
Oh, there's not much on over here.
Looks to always switch the play. I think it's dangerous on this occasion because he's picked out Spider Everett. Every time Rogers looks up and he tries to bring it out, Paul, there they are, they're waiting. They're just sitting back nicely off him.
Yeah, no one else broke for him. Someone, we all saw that he was going to break the other side of the ground, and the Morningside players, they need to break for him to give him an option. But he needed to clear the area if need be.
Spider Everett on the left foot. How's he judged this one? It's gone across the face, so a minor score. So 82 plays 66 here. 27 and a half minutes into the third term. This is Nick Tomlinson. For the Panthers, deep in defence. Right on the boundary line towards Jake Tomlinson. It was Sasuvo who punched the ball out over the line. We'll have a throw in right in front of the Morningside coaching box. Everett and Hickey in the ruck. Hickey, terrific there, slapped it forward. Lester with his head over the ball. Free kick to Lester. That won't be long enough. Everett, play on. Puts the centre half forward. Doyle, big fly. Featherstone. Slapped out there by Price. Trembath sees it out over the boundary line.
They look like they get more numbers around the contest at the moment. Labrador just working a little bit harder.
29 minutes gone, third quarter. We're approaching three-quarter time. Margin 16 points in favour of the Tigers. But then deep in attack here again. They can add another one on the board. The kick coming out of defence was smothered. Clark somehow got rid of it. I think the umpire was blindsided. And the play goes on. So Curtis Allen here slipped over. And he's tackled and the ball close to the boundary line, but it's kept in play. So we'll have a restart.
Both sides are just getting massive numbers around the footy. We saw the start of the quarter as nice open footy, but now they seem to have locked down.
Tigers 12-10, lead by 16 points. Panthers 9 goals, 12. And eating up time down there. 30 minutes gone, third quarter. The lights are on and they're starting to really take an effect here. Ball goes up, 50 out from the Tigers' goal. Everett a couple of times in the ruck. Handball came out to Bonnie, who's been uncharacteristically quiet. The kick found Rootsy. They need to get it forward here. Three-quarter time siren not far away. Lawler, this has opened up a little bit. Who's leading them? Brown, good work. Over the top to Kimball. He's a goal kicker, Kimball. He runs his full measure, uses Holman. Holman will go in and miss. Another miss. They have kicked 1 goal 6. 1 goal 6 in this third quarter.
Yeah, it makes it tough when you're missing the goals like that, and Holman just needed to set himself up and straighten the body a bit. He was always going to kick it to that right side there.
Just a nice little set move there to waste a little bit of time, Stockdale. Bonnie will get there now if he can keep it in. He can. He gets it back to Kimball. It was over his head. Sasuvo, terrific, rolling in and just snatching the ball. And the umpire says he had no prior opportunity, but it doesn't matter because that is the end of this third term.
Big quarter.
2010 Grand Final QAFL action. We check the scoreboard, says the Labrador Tigers are 12-10, 82 and the Morningside Panthers 9-13, 67.
Welcome to the final quarter. 2010 QAFL Grand Final. Labrador and Morningside. Labrador leading by 15 points at the start of this final term. Umpire Mackenzie will get us underway in the middle. Goff will go up against Noble. The two Warhorses give that to Goff. Shelton had the run of it but couldn't quite get the ball. 4 over to Holman. Holman, in the space of 10 seconds, goes for home. And he's missed. And it's a minor score.
Yeah, Holman's second half has been fantastic. His third quarter was an absolute blistering quarter, and we see David Lillico's now being moved down to the goal square. So John Blair just needs to get some more goal options down there.
Panthers 9-14-67, the Tigers 12-10-82. Margin now 15 points. They go to Noble. Good work there by Goff. Now there's a player down. It'll go to the Tigers. In fact, a free kick to Noble. Now he's got Doyle out here on centre wing. Stanley's short, and he goes in the Stanley direction. Good mark. Paul Grentel, Matt Ridley and Darren Jackson here in commentary as Stanley goes long. The lead of Notting. That's a good lead. Good mark. Good handball. And he's got Howard. Goes to the pocket. Everett's one-on-one and he wrestles himself towards the front spot. Good work by Price over the line and out of bounds.
They've been consistent with that play. They've gone long on most occasions, and 9 times out of 10, Big Spider or Noble's been down there and have caught it. Not on this occasion.
Boundary throw in. This is Leicester at the ball. So too Holman in there.
First goal, very important, Paul.
Oh, definitely. I think it's a momentum builder now. Morningside just needs to get the first one to get themselves up and going, and everyone Labrador gets is bigger, and AB now pushed up further up the ground.
So Goff and Everett, but they couldn't get a look at it, the ruckman. This is Mills. Wrigley, quick hands. Stanley caught with the footy. Kinch now. This is Austin Lucy. This is Jake Tomlinson. Good mark out in front of Doyle.
He's in strife, Lucy, I think. No, he's up.
Kinch it is now in the space. Runs into the gap and then kicks it up towards AB. But Noble's getting back there and he'll do that all quarter, no doubt. He's just chopped off that offensive move once more.
Handball to Stockdale. Last line of defence. Stockdale goes out wide towards Clark. That's a nice kick. Oh, almost 50 metres. The crowd wanted 50, didn't they? Well, they did over there in the bar, in the Carlton mid-strength bar over there.
It's swelled in numbers as the day's gone over there, hasn't it?
Clark goes to centre wing. Notting. Couldn't mark. In fact, he's given away a free kick, so it'll come back. In fact, Panthers player a little bit groggy out there.
Jacob Goff.
Goff. Yeah, handball to Rogers. Has to get around Notting and does. And then goes long. The lead from Lillico, he fell over. And then the Tigers, they spoiled each other. And that was touched. Oh. And now Muggerman, does he use the handball? He doesn't. He goes by foot. He goes for home. Another miss.
Had Holman running into the goal square too. He just needed to chip it over to him, and Holman would have finished that off.
Since half-time, Morningside have kicked 1 goal, 8. And at the moment, 9-15-69 to the Tigers, 12-10-82, margin 13 points.
The umpire just running in having a chat to Stockdale. I dare say it's about time wasting there. So up it goes. Oh, good mark taken by Wrigley. There was a whistle there before the mark was taken. It went to Noble, back to Wrigley. No, umpire calls it back. Umpire Mackenzie. Get back around behind your mark. Big Trent Noble now. No one standing on the mark except the umpire. Put your hands up. This is Doyle. Doyle now. The Tigers have got this game in control. They can just sense it. But they don't want to close up shop just yet. This is Alloway. Good mark by Russell Alloway.
Very good matchup for the Tigers. Alloway's had Bell's measure all day.
So Bell extends him up and now comes towards him. Alloway forced to hurry up. Wartova sits underneath it because Tomlinson fell over. I don't know what happened there, but he lost his footing, Nick Tomlinson, and Wartova took, well, what was in the end uncontested mark and caught one behind the ear for his trouble. It was all too late.
Just a bit of miscommunication too. It looked like Bonnie was going to pick him up and then Tomlinson was going to pick him up, and there's a bit of misunderstanding there.
12-10 plays 9-15. Labrador.
Oh.
Well, we saw what happened there, courtesy of Dean Davis Productions. Wartova went for distance and he hooked it out over the boundary line. So, waiting for the kick to come in now, Sam Brown. He gets underway for Morningside. This is Rogers. How many times you see him on the end of those little chip kicks there in the back line? He likes to chip it around himself. Switch of play. Has a good look everywhere. Now he bangs it along. Look at that beautiful kick. Price was his target. The ball's been bundled out over the boundary line. That was Grayson.
This game, Paul, can seriously go either way very quickly.
Yeah, it is. I think the key to it now, you've got to go through the middle of the ground. You can't mess around anymore. You've got to roll the dice. This is it. This is your chance.
It's on a knife edge here at Given Park. Clark bursting his way through. Grayson stands off a couple of steps. Puts it to centre half forward. Noble had a look at it. Alloway had a look at it. And now running on. Notting! That's 4 for the day. Tim Notting just ran around beautifully, scouted the pack like a rover, and into an open goal.
He's been absolutely superb, Tim Notting, today, and he's had a fantastic year. He's played, I think, all games bar a couple, but he's since he's come to the QAFL, he's really embraced the competition and he's played fantastically well today as well.
The scoreboard, the Powerade scoreboard tells us Labrador 13-10, Morningside 9-15. And they haven't started the clock, Riddler.
Well, that's interesting. So they gave the free kick against Lucy, but they only had 3 in the square anyway. So Lucy was making the 4th person in the square, and they gave a free kick against him. So some miscommunication happening for the Panthers, and we'll have a shot on goal.
I think because Lucy came in after the umpire addressed to bounce the ball or something like that.
Noble goes long, and it's a point. Minor score. Margin is now 20 points, so it'll be 13-11-89 to 9-15-69. Yes, 20 points the margin, 7 minutes in, final quarter. The Panthers need a goal, and they need it quickly here. They swing it in quickly to Lucy. Off a step, goes long. Hickey's got to go here. He does. Good work there by Everett. He read the ball a little bit better than Hickey on that occasion. Clark. And Clark will find Doyle, and Doyle goes over the top, looks for Vigus. It sits for him now. There's a player down at the back here. Bonnie Lawler. Almost a push. It's all happening. Good work there by Wartova. And now Wrigley goes to full forward. Alloway! Couldn't mark, and now the Panthers are away on the outer side with Shelton.
Oh, Clint. Oh, that's Russell. My apologies. It's his brother. I keep mentioning him. He'll grab one of those and bring the roof down, as I said earlier. This is Upton now for the Panthers. And Sean Buggervan, great mark by Muggsy.
Just see Nick Stockdale's actually come off the ground. He's just getting some treatment at the moment, and that could be a telling blow for Labrador if he can't get back out there.
So Muggervan throws a bit of grass in the air, Matty Lloyd. He's right on the boundary line. And the Labrador faithful will give him plenty out there as he comes in. And he will kick from 45. Distance not a problem. The angle might be. The accuracy isn't there. It's a goal. Muggsy punches the air. The Panthers aren't done with yet.
Doesn't he love kicking a goal in front of the crowd too, Muggervan? He immerses himself in it.
That's his first for the day at the 9-minute mark of the final quarter. And as we touched on, this game isn't over yet. Do not go anywhere. They know how to win premierships. They're going for back-to-back. The Panthers, they played in grand finals in 08 and 09. This is their 3rd consecutive grand final. And they've got to ask for everything right here and now. Margin 14 points. The bounce favoured Everett's.
Good work.
Tomlinson come off his line, gave it to Lucy, who swings it out wide to Upton. Had to work for it, but he does. He's got it. Now Shelton's on short. Kinch on the far side, all on his own. So this will be Upton. Goes short to Kimball. The big forwards haven't led yet. Maybe goes now, but it's a half-hearted lead. He goes to the pocket instead to Muggervan. Snaps it and handballs it to Shattuck. And Shattuck now to Clark. And maybe the Tigers could be away here on the outer side. Clark looks up and just whacks it on the boot. But getting back the first is Price. And Price will go short. Yep, he's got Brown on the outer side.
Brown it is. Sam Brown.
Lucy in the middle.
Thump it long. Muggervan.
did a lot of great work there, Muggervan, just to run a decoy. And AB just coming from the side. He has had a fantastic game lining up for number 6.
Does struggle sometimes in front of goal, Paul, and he needs to, if he has to kick a goal for his life, as right now. He's got 4 for the day.
I'll back him in, gents. Big Kent on the left boot. Big Spider Everett stands the mark. The imposing figure of Everett. Got the arms in the air. And Ken Aby. 10 minutes gone. Final term. There's no celebration. Yes, there is. It must have been close. They waited and waited and had a good look at it. That's 5 for Aby. And we're not done with yet. We've got the close one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Paul Grantel.
And that's exactly what your captain should be doing. He takes the big marks and he finishes off the goals. That's what they need out of Ken Aby. That's what he needs to keep producing. I've liked Lillico down there too, actually. Just run some blocks.
Yes. Powerade scoreboard, 13-11, 11-15. Yeah, 11 minutes in, and the umpire goes bang in the middle of the ground. This is Kinch. Good clearance. They're all important. Muggervan with the sit. At the back they go. Lillico. Lillico. Muggervan. Now we'll see what the Tigers are made of.
The old faithful just getting involved. Tangles, Lillico, Shaw, Muggervan. The players that have gone to the game for Bless so many times and played well, they're coming to the front again now.
We'll have thrown out the challenge. 11 and a half minutes in this final term. QAFL action, Powerade scoreboard, 13-11, place 12-15. The crowd are getting really involved in this game now. The coaches' boxes are yelling instructions. And I've got this man alongside me, Matthew Ridley. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Ball in the middle. Noble up against Hickey. Give that to Noble easily, but only as far as Holman. And again, the Panthers go forward. This is Upton. Wants the handball. Gets it to Shelton. Muggervan's got some room. Shattuck at the back. Had to defend, and he did well. They're still in attack, though, here, the Panthers. 4. He might get pinged. He will get pinged. Holding the footy. Free kick, Tigers.
50.
And it'll be 50 metres.
Oh.
You saw it, Paul.
Yeah, you got to give it straight back. Can't throw it up in the air. You got to give it straight back.
Is that the first one we've seen today?
I think
It is the first 50. I'll give the umpires credit too. The umpires have been very good today. Clark, he's marched 50 metres. So the game just is at the moment where the pendulum swing, is that the momentum swinger right there. Time will tell. As Clark goes long, it's a bit of an up and under, but Noble sets himself. Hickey at the back, he gets it now. Hickey, another free kick. Free kick, which way will this go? To the Tigers!
Alloway.
Stockdale's come back on the ground too, guys.
13 minutes gone, final quarter, margin just 2 points. The Tigers lead by 2 points. Deep in attack, Rogers couldn't quite mark. Kinch fell over at a crucial stage, and Everett fell on him, and the umpire says mine.
Pressure footy, boys, isn't it?
Yep.
Fantastic. Both clubs just throwing everything in.
Yes, here it is, the last 10 minutes of the season, the ultimate prize on the line. Umpire Cronk, beautiful bounce umpire. Give that one to Hickey. Featherstone, Holman. Featherstone it is. Got the quick kick through traffic. Onto the chest of Price though. So Jared Price now, all important, these kicks out of defence.
Absolutely.
This is Tomlinson. Nick Tomlinson it is. Goes to Brown. And Brown, away he goes. Sam Brown kicks long to centre forward. Aby at the back. Now it's Lillico. This is Aby. He got it away to him. Get the kick away quickly. There's no one home. Yes, it is. Shattuck's there to save the day.
So Shattuck from fullback. This is intense footy. Stockdale goes out wider to a one-on-one. Oh, Grayson was good. Got rid of Kimball, and then he got on his haunches and kept going. Oh, nice mark here. Nodding. And he'll play on. So it's the mark and play on tactic. And kick towards the pocket. Stanley, the knife. Jack Stanley is marked and he plays on to Featherstone. Go back, son. Featherstone will go back. Margin 2 points. It'll be 8 points if he kicks it, Paul.
And that's where Labrador's at their best, when they play on quickly. They move the ball quickly. They use the ball. great work by Timmy Notting just to swing around and hit up his target, and Featherstone just snuck into the perfect
Toddy?
position.
He looked straight at Spider, and Spider said, "Get back there and kick the goal, son."
He's got 2 already today. This will be his 3rd of the day, and he makes the umpire work, but it's a goal. It's a goal. Featherstone's got 3, and the Tigers skip out to that 8-point lead.
Yeah, and it's just the momentum swings, and Morningside now needs a counter punch as we see Dave Lillico come out for a rest, but Labrador, when they're up and running, they move the ball so quickly and freely. Geez, they're a good side.
15 minutes gone, final quarter. We've got a cliffhanger. It was touted as one of the best of the modern day grand finals, and it's being served up to you folks as we speak. The Tigers by 8 points. 14-11-95, and the Panthers 12-15-87, and we've been going 16 minutes final quarter.
Umpire Ben Ryan spreads his fingers and goes bang. Beautiful bounce, umpire. Noble got a hand on it. Hickey ripped Howard off the ball, but it's going to be Holman. Gets up off the bottom of another pack. Ryan Holman, he's given everything today. Kicks up towards Kimball. Out in front of Clark. That's a good mark. A little steadier here. AB wants it. Muggerman wants it. Over the back. This is Stockdale. Off a couple of steps. Lawler should have taken that. This is Vigus. Dinger Bell. Cut it off. Upton was his target. He wanted him. He came towards him. Now Bonnie. Bonnie with a spearing ball to the pocket. Muggerman, he wanted him. Rutsy out after it.
Well done.
Over the boundary line, he's caught in a ball and all tackle. We're waiting for a decision. It is out over the boundary line, we'll have a throw in.
I think it'll be a bounce down.
Bounce down, right, will be. So Shattuck was there to make sure of that. Up it goes. Noble slapped it to the advantage. But it was to no one's advantage and it went out over the boundary line.
Interesting to see the Water Boy. I think we've got to get him off. The Water Boy's just hanging around aimlessly here at half forward.
Right, get him off.
He shouldn't be there.
Oi, get off. Ball comes in now. This is Noble. Shattuck stands and delivers off a couple. Shelton. Nick Tomlinson. Back it goes. Oh, Grayson. Toddy Grayson. Falling back. Great mark. Now this is Howard.
So, tucks it under his wing and kicks it along the line. Tumbling ball, Featherstone and Lawler. They all overrun it. Rogers read it nicely, and he'll square it up to Hickey. Some big moments coming up now, Paul, as Hickey handballs to Lawler, then to Brown, and Brown will go long. The margin is 8 points. The Tigers with the numbers, couldn't quite mark. Now the loose footy, and Muggerman to Ken Aby. Aby goes in and kicks a goal. Ken Aby's got 6. The margin back to 2 points.
Yeah, Ken Aby, one of the best games I've seen him play for a long, long time. He has been fantastic today. Muggerman's starting to come into it. There's a few players going down with cramps. It's going to be a game of attrition now.
18 minutes gone, final quarter. Darren Jackson, Matt Ridley and Paul Grentel here in the commentary box. We've got a cliffhanger. This is awesome football. 14-11-95. That's the Tigers. They lead just by 2 points. Panthers 13-15-93. Margin is 2, and we've been going 19 minutes into this final quarter.
You can feel the urgency everywhere around this ground at the moment. Giffen Park is alive. Hickey tried to take it out of the ruck. Spider picked it up off the ground. Hickey tackles him. Elliott Bath whips it out to Mills, and Mills by foot looking for that man Doyle, but good mark taken in by Brown. Brown it is now. Quick kick looking for Austin Lucy. Shelton tries to pick it up. Can he keep it in? He can. Not much room to move with Clark corralling him. And a great tackle in the end and holding the ball against Shelton. Clark will receive the free kick on centre wing.
So, he's a left footer. He's being told to go back on his mark. Not one person has left this arena. There's nobody on the mark. Clark thumps it long, deep inside 50. Alloway's got 3 to beat, and he couldn't beat any of them. And good work there by Hickey. And Hickey will transfer play to Kinch. There's just 2 points in it. Oh, Kinch. His kick not the best, chopped off by Grayson. And then got around his opponent. And he'll go long to the pocket. Suve. And no mark taken. Over the line and out of bounds. Intense football here, Paul.
Yeah, and And just some poor decision making and some poor errors coming out of the half back line there by Kimball and earlier Sam Brown. They've got to hit the targets.
Waltover in that contest, my apologies. 20 minutes gone, final quarter. Brown didn't have the footy. Umpire Cronk said free kick to Brown. He looks to play on. Bell's been given a lot of attention by Alloway off the ball as Bonnie gets it towards Ken Abey, his third opponent of the day. Great mark.
What odds are tied up ball game, boys?
Well, we could be
Extra time.
we could be going into extra time. Margin 2 points. Kent Abey, probably a favourite for the Grant medal at the moment. Or the
That's it.
the Joe Grant.
You're right.
Great mark taken by Riley. So Riley marks on a half-back flank and he kicks towards Wrigley. That'll be a free kick. How's that not a free kick? Well, I'm astonished. Loose footy. Upturn handball.
Muggavan.
Holman. Muggavan's one out. He hasn't got an opponent. It bounces up. He'll have a shot from the pocket. They're back in front. They're back in front. Muggavan's got his third for the quarter. Morningside by 4 points. Labrador faithful are livid. Absolutely livid that there wasn't a free kick right here.
And good ball you said on the transition. Muggavan just lost Shattuck there and did really well to finish off too. It would have been a tight angle he ended up on them.
4 points in it. QAFL Powerade Grand Final. We are 21 minutes into the final term. The lights are on here at Giffen. It is on an absolute knife edge, this game. Tension everywhere. We're back in the middle. Spider Everett goes up against Tommy Hickey, the young ruckman. Up against the veteran. This is Lester, all over the footy. Holman tackling at the bottom of the pack like he's done all day. He's been terrific, the little fella. By Matt McKenzie. Says, give it to me, we'll bounce it one more time. Bang, up they go. Give that one to Everett that time. Trembath looking for Lester. Got a quick kick away. Good idea under these circumstances. Now, Tomlinson. Got it to the running Brown. Tried to take him on. He got caught around the ankles. Is that too low? No, it's holding the footy. So Trembath will be receiving the free kick.
So, on the attacking side of halfway, deep inside 50, they've got to sit under it. Hickey couldn't quite mark. He goes again, Hickey. He's dispossessed as a free kick. Free kick to Morningside, didn't have the football. Looks as though it's Tomlinson's ball, is it?
It is.
Yep. Tomlinson in the back pocket. The Panthers by 4 points. Amazingly, they've turned it around 5 goals to 2 in this final quarter for the Panthers as Tomlinson goes to the outer side. 1-2 bites of the cherry. Oh,
Brilliant.
awesome stuff again by Kent Abey. Having an absolute stellar quarter and a stellar game. He's got 6 goals. He's told to play on now. We've been going 22 and a half into this final quarter. What happens here? Loose footy. Kimball gets back at it. Seemingly having way too much time over there. Over the line, out of bounds. I'm going to have some H2O down that Gregory Pecker line and get set for another 8 minutes of cliffhanger football.
Get yourself ready, Riddler. I need you at your best. This is the best part of the season right here and right now. It's going to be won and lost. Up they go. Slap down to the front of the footy. Who's there? Nash didn't have the ball. And he's going to get the free kick, Alistair Nash.
50.
And 50 metres.
Big Spider.
Oh no, Spider's had a word. He's had a word, Spide. When the discipline has been terrific all day, and at the 23rd minute mark of this final quarter, and the emergency umpire's running on, what's he going on for, boys?
I think he's just going to have a chat to Damien Bonney, and I don't think Bonney was asking Spider for his autograph then. I think he was right in his face.
But have a look at this. Alistair Nash is coming around right in front. So this will be an absolute soda.
I'd back you from there, Jake.
You can pack him in. Look out, koalas. He might knock another one out of the tree. And the Morningside Panthers have just lengthened their lead here. They were 4 points. It's now 10. And we have got, I think, at least, how many minutes, gentlemen? Maybe 8 minutes of play?
Yep.
So plenty of time if the Tigers are good enough. Let's not forget they ran over the top of Morningside a couple of weeks ago. Because they can find that, they've had the week off. This could be it right here and now. They need to find something.
And Tommy Hickey in the middle this quarter in the ruck has been absolutely fantastic. His competitiveness around the ground has been second to none. So I don't know if they're going to get Big Goffey back out there. Apparently it's his last game, so now's the time to get him back out if you're going to use him.
So we wait the ball to come back in. 24 and a half now into this final quarter. It was touted as going to be a ripper. And that's what you got, ladies and gentlemen. Margin 10 points. 95 plays 105. The Panthers by 10 points. We get back underway. Hickey and Noble. Hickey went up with the foot. Oh, Viger seemed to cop one high. Play's gone on. Bonnie to the pocket. The lead came out from Muggerman. He's already got 3 this quarter. Another one will bring the house down. Handball. A shot towards the pocket. Rootsy. Couldn't mark. Good defensive work there by Shattuck. He has to go again and then he might get a free kick. They're not getting the rub of the green, the Tigers. There's a whistle. There's a whistle.
Bobby.
Now, umpire Ryan is paying a free kick to Morningside because of the chat or back chat in the middle of the ground. I'm not sure who it was. It was Noble, Featherstone or Wrigley. And it will be a free kick to Morningside. Now they're going to chip it around. 25 gone. Is it too early to chip it around, Paul?
Oh, I think it is. I think you've got to keep attacking at the moment. All they've done is given Noble some time to get back there.
Margin 10 points.
Well,
25 gone.
This man Holman, young man he is, will have leather poisoning.
He should have a shot, Jacko. I'd like to see him have a shot.
Back to
Now
Shelton.
to Shelton.
Got to go one-on-one here, Labrador.
Have they already won it, gentlemen? We are 25 and a half gone. Labrador need to kick 2 goals to win this grand final. 10 points the margin. They go in attack. Stockdale. Muggerman from the pocket. It's all over! Muggerman has kicked 4 final quarter goals and it's now a 16-point margin. And I think it's over. I think the Panthers will be premiers.
He has absolutely been the X factor this last quarter, Shawnee Muggerman, hasn't he?
Muggsy's awoken.
He's woken up.
He's woken up out of his, whatever he was in, he's come out of it. And he has jumped out of the box, hasn't he?
Labrador led by 15 points at 3/4 time. It is now a 16-point lead for the Panthers, who have kicked, what have they kicked? They've kicked 7 goals to 2 in this final quarter.
Up they go. Hickey slapped it down to Shelton to Holman. That man Holman. Another clearance. Muggsy!
Shawnee Muggerman has absolutely played a blinder of the last quarter. Shelton was just methodical bringing the footy through to Holman, and Holman's finish was fantastic. His second half's been great. Whatever John Blair has said to a couple of these players, it certainly worked after half-time.
So Sean Muggerman will take as much time as he likes because 27 minutes gone, directly in front. He'll
Listen
kick
to the
from
crowd.
35 metres. Listen to Muggsy. The ball on its way. There's no celebration from the Mug.
He'd be tired by now.
He's a bit tired.
He'd be a bit weary by now, mate.
He's had so many celebrations, it's taken it out of him. So we're waiting for the ball to come back in. Is there another goal in Labrador? Just put a spark back into this last few minutes of this game. Still a chance if they're good enough. Jack Stanley with the ball. Let's get it going. Oh, we've got 2 footies on the ground, so we'll just wait for that to clear.
Jacko, we've had 9 goals kicked and a couple of other stoppages, so maybe the quarter goes for 33, 34 minutes.
Yeah,
Who knows?
That's right. Leicester now at half back on the left boot. This is an inside out Tory. Watova and Austin Lucy with the punch. Maybe should have taken that. This is Wrigley on the left. Tried to get nodding, couldn't get there. Price on hands and knees, good work. And now away they go. This is Wrigley.
Yeah, play goes on at an important stage of the match. 28 gone, and over the boundary line and out of bounds. Margin is 17 points. A very important stage of the game here, but I think it's all over, folks. Paul, I can't see Labrador kicking 3 goals.
Nah, it's going to be too tough for them from here, I think. Morningside's just worn them down, and as we said earlier, if you kick your goals, you win the game, and they have this quarter.
Play goes on. Panthers want holding the ball, they'll get it.
It's on here.
A little bit of push and shove. I hope this doesn't get out of hand. Where's the football? Well, a little bit happening here. Emergency umpire's out. He was up like a flash. 29 minutes gone, so this is just a wasting time, really. Margin is 17 points. This is an amazing grand final.
Bonnie's going to get the free kick, gentlemen.
And 50 metres.
Oh.
Players are going down. It's all sorting itself out eventually. Emergency umpires in there. That'll be 50 metres. And I think they're flattering the scoreline.
The champion's back on, Dave Willico. I reckon they'll get
Goffey. Goffey's
well.
ready to go,
Yep.
Paul. As you took the words right out of my mouth.
In comes
Aussies don't
Bonnie.
wanna come off.
Bonnie to come in, and he kicks a goal. Look at him celebrate. What an unbelievable match. It's now 23 points the margin.
He's an antagoniser, Damien Bonnie. He gets in there grilled, but he also goes back and finishes off too. So good work by Bonnie there. And we see Goffey now going to come back on, an absolute champion of QAFL football.
Yes, get Goffey out there. I'd like to see him go up in the middle again. Hickey will take this one, and Big Noble. And Morningside celebrating down in the box. Hickey. Shattuck now will mop up at the back. He's put himself up behind that contest just to give him just something left there in the last couple of minutes if they can. This is Leicester. Alloway, good mark taken by Wrigley. It is Wrigley. Spears it in, but just cut off by Nathan Kinch there. Because Kinch now will take up as much time as he wants as well. Short ball to Willico, slapped the other way by Vigas. Tova, can he kick a goal?
Oh, good work. Oh.
So 14-11 plays 17-16. The Morningside Panthers seemingly with another premiership back-to-back in their grasp now. It's been a tremendous comeback. And Labrador seemingly had it in their control early in this quarter, didn't they, boys? And, well, the mighty Panther has risen here again today at Giffen. Brown trying to milk a bit there. Umpire having nothing to do with that. Is he? He is.
Yep.
Going to give him 50, so...
It's just getting out of hand a little bit now. A few misdemeanours creeping into the Labrador game, which is unlike them.
Sam Brown taking his time. Rogers will get the footy out here on the wing, boys. Or maybe Jacob Goff. Who's going to finish with the ball? But Jacob Goff, there he is.
Well, we're 32 minutes in.
The veteran, the stalwart, the man who's won everything in Queensland footy possible to win. And looks like another premiership medal for him today. David Lillico. They brought him back in especially for today. Coming back from knee surgery. Great work by Morningside. Just to get him right for this game. This is Price. Over the far side. There it is. It's all over. 2010 premiership to the Morningside Panthers. And they'll celebrate long and hard out in the eastern suburbs tonight.
Muggsy.
It was a gallant effort by the Labrador Tigers. They finished as minor premiers. They couldn't put the icing on the cake today. The celebrations begin. Congratulations to John Blair and the coaching staff out there at Jack Esplanade Oval. They will celebrate long and hard.
And also, you've got to take your hat off to Labrador. They've had a fantastic year as well. They've really built themselves up into a very strong footy club. Their 18s are up and running, their reserves are up and running, and to all the coaching staff at Labrador, fantastic work to get to the grand final. But Morningside, too big, too strong, too experienced, and too good.
We've got to go through some best players in a moment. Just recapping, it was 22-point victory for the Panthers. Sean Muggovan kicking 4 final quarter goals. He ended up with 4. Ken Avey probably the star of the day with 6. They're the major goal kickers for the Panthers. While for the Labrador Tigers, Notting kicked 4, Featherstone kicked 3, and 2 each to Everett and Wartova. It was a classic. It was touted as going to be one of the best modern day grand finals, and it was served up on a platter. An amazing grand final. It ebbed and flowed. It was an epic. And we head to the scoreboard for the final time. Panthers are premiers in 2010. 17-16, 118 to the Tigers, 14-12-96. Courtesy of Paul Grantel, Darren Jackson, Dean Davis Productions, and yours truly, Matt Ridley. We bid you farewell from Giffen Park. It is a red, white and black premiership for 2010.